everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of Return to Cassiopeia. The Rising Kin. Having played with us today, we have James. Please introduce yourself and your character.
Hello, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm James. I
humbug.
will be playing Yeva Adelum, who is a pacifist preservation cleric who seeks to maintain life at all costs. However, considering we've played for, 15 episodes and we haven't fought a humanoid, I have taken Holy Weapon.
Yep. Preservation my ass. We have Josh. Please introduce yourself and your character with headphones.
Oh yes, honey. I'm Josh. I will be playing Rakan Debris, who is, in essence, god of the earth, but with itty bitty power.
All right. We have Lavi. Please juice in your character.
Hello, I'm Lavi. I'm playing Ilovia Blightfrightener Valunananthi, who is a dominatrix barbarian warlock.
D&D. Unveiling all truths about a person. And lastly, we have Miyagimus Prime.
I'm playing Bastion. Bastion is a warforged battlesmith artificer with his steel companion Phalanx, and we are trying to rescue Lavi's kid, Calais, and kill words.
All right, nice.
I never agree to those things.
What?
Apart from the rescuing a child, I never agreed to
Look,
kill
I was
Lavi,
gonna say,
We're gonna go
fuck
rescue
them
a child and
kids.
kill a dude. You can do whatever you want.
So previously, you guys managed to make your way to the Ikoka, this large sprawling dungeon, clockwork dungeon. And at the end, seeing some odd architecture and some murals that depicted perhaps some of the just a modicum of the history of the Ikoka, you made your way to probably like the second half of it, where you began to speak to an entity who calls himself the Mad King. You guys shared some words, but ultimately, after getting through more of the tests in these in this area, you managed to make your way into the Mad King's court, where you came face to face with a large, well, huge clockwork dragon named Parthenel. Inside his throne room, there was a large iron throne, which I really tried hard not to make the iron throne, but ended up making like that anyway. The iron throne, which he sat upon. Bodies and skeletons littered the floor, burn marks. This place looked like it had gone through battle upon battle upon battle. However, one Ilovia Blightfrightener Valunananthi decided to speak up and tried to cut a deal with Parthenel. A really strong, I think it was a dirty 20 with your check, I believe, and persuaded and to come to in order to make a deal with it, for it to be let go, and it would be free, and you would all be free to continue on your merry way to the obelisk. It seemed the deal had been struck. You had shook hand to Claw, and he told you, behind my throne, there was this door that was made for the censor. You walked in to see that the censor, the room behind it, looked exactly like the room that belonged to Words that you found oh so long ago. Looking at the mural, come to find out that perhaps Words used to be here in the obelisk. You found the levers in the room, and before you might have pressed it, pulled the levers to set Parthenel free, he was struck. Rakan had released a sneak attack, a spell. Unfortunately, it failed, and the battle ensued. After the harrowing battle, everything had come to an end. And after slaying Parthenel, Bastion had gained something new. Nice new beam saber. However, with the Ikoka soon to be in your rearview mirror, as the room itself was already rising during the battle, you're gonna realize that it was a elevator. As it rose up, the doors opened as you found yourself in the desert. Sprawling expanse of sand and dunes and rocky crags in the background. And as you all either stepped out or just began to gain your bearings, we'll start here, where in the distance, your destination shimmers with a pillar of light, purple light that streaks into the sky. Before there is this large boom and crash before a shockwave tears across this desert. As it does, you can see the beam of light begin to split into multiple colors and then spreads out into the sky. As the clouds part, another sonic wave hits as the dust kicks up. And sand kind of begins to fill that little that platform elevator that you're on. And I bring you all back on that platform as there is you can hear just a small little a rumble seemingly happening beneath the ground before it comes to a settle, and the dust finally begins to disperse, and you can see out, and the first thing you hear is Zeltrin. The fuck was that?
He has a point.
What the fuck does that mean?
Shelter.
Yeah, you think?
I'm really sorry, I missed what Bastian said.
We should seek shelter.
That would be wise. What do we see? Is there just desert, or are there
There's just this desert. In the horizon, you see like these largest mountains. It's kind of like the desert itself is framed in mountains, but you still see that pillar of light. But now it's spread into 8 different colors, and it's still in the sky. You see the clouds are beginning to part and darken
we do see
over
the
there.
stick and rock and things that we could use to possibly shelter? Okay.
It's around, mainly sand dunes, but yeah, there's the sporadic rock and twig here and there.
I do have a very full backpack. Are we in need of a rest? That fight was quite strenuous. I haven't got any HP.
I imagine once we
Where
find shelter.
exactly would you like to rest?
We have an Amazon tent. I've got a few things that might help with a little bit of shelter. Yeah, we could at least have a meal and perhaps take a rest before we begin to travel this harsh wilderness.
Perhaps if we can find a rocky outcropping or stone plateau.
Yes. Let me just see how my spell slots are looking. Can I do a thing? Yeah, I could possibly do a thing. Let me just have a look at the range on that. Why are you doing that? Please no. Please stop. Please stop. Thank you. It's a mile, right, on clairvoyance?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to pop a clairvoyance up. And I'm going to explain to Bastian what I'm seeing as I put it perhaps half a mile in the sky and begin to move sort of south, west, east, north above my head.
Okay.
Just to look for like the best bit of shelter. But obviously using his knowledge, not mine.
Okay, give me a perception check. If he's helping, to tell you what to look for, give me a perception check with advantage, please.
Okay. That is a 27.
Okay, yeah. Easy enough. You do find a little, small little, outcropping of rocks and more of the like those broken crags. You see like there's just a bit of shade as you're standing out here. Even while you're in the midst of the clairvoyance, you can feel the beads of sweat beginning to roll and feel inside of your plate armor. it's Nil Nalaria is very comfortable. Rivermirth was comfortable. This is very uncomfortable. Even especially for Goliaths. The temperature is definitely pushing to umpteenth levels here.
While I'm clairvoyancing for shelter, can I also see if there's any wild animals around at all?
With the what was your number? 28, right?
27. Yeah.
27. Yeah. You see a few. As you see a few of them. You see like a herd of like these red plumed I'll just go desert chickens. Pretty much. They're like they're pretty tall, pretty big, like probably medium sized, maybe a little bit bigger than Rakan standing. How they are.
That's an ostrich, sir.
Yeah, but I call them desert chicken. I'm calling them desert chickens. Just because of the red plumage. Desert chickens.
Okay, I'll keep the armor on then.
Okay.
Despite the temperature. Actually, it could be a good opportunity to do something. Yeah, I think maybe when we make camp, I might switch it up for chainmail for a bit.
Okay.
At least feel a little less hot.
Okay.
But yeah, as soon as I see anything that looks like a somewhat sensible place to stop, I'll leave the eye dangling over it and we can head over there. I get 10 minutes on that, so if it's more than a 10-minute walk, we're just going to have to sort of...
Yeah. Who's ever leading, just give me a survival check here to make sure it's more than a 10-minute walk.
I've got a +4.
Go for it.
I have a +5.
Go for that.
Yep.
Oh god, don't trust me with this. This isn't gonna end well. That is a whole whopping 12.
Okay, so
With my +5.
you know
What
the
was it,
mountains, but you don't know the desert. What were you saying, Rakan? I'm sorry.
What was it for? Sorry, survival.
Yeah.
I have a +5.
Oh, okay. And you also, well, there's no rocks out here, but we're looking for rocks, so yeah, maybe that'll make
Sand
sense.
is just tiny rock.
Yeah, I don't know why I rolled on D&D.
No, both me and Josh rolled a nat 1. That's good.
Okay.
Great start to the day. Let's just wander in a
I'm rolling
random
at
direction.
1 on D&D Beyond. I'm rolling at 20 on my fucking dice.
Okay.
Also, I have a few sand spells. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Walking through here. Yeah, it's not about like it's not mostly about like finding your way. You can see it in the distance, at least as you come through it. It's just the heat. I need con saves, please. Even for this Bastion, this feels a little weird for you as well. It feels like you're exerting more energy than your core should have to.
That's an 11 for Elovia and a 17 for Volcon.
Okay, Volcon hangs on.
15 for Bastion.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
17 for me, and let me
Okay.
just get Zeltron out. That is a 13 for Zeltron.
Okay, so Zeltron and Alovia take a point of exhaustion here. As the heat is just beating down on both of them. You see it's like Zeltron kind of takes his jacket off and just you see he kind of looks a little frustrated as his hair is kind of becoming mopped around with sweat, and he's, oh, this fucking sucks. This sucks.
Shouldn't Zeltron have like advantage or something because he's
Oh, he does
resistant?
have fire. He does have fire resistance. I'm sorry.
He also like lives in lava. Or
You're
something.
welcome.
He lives in lava. I don't think he lives in lava.
That's what tieflings do, isn't it? They're born out of lava and fire.
Okay, that's a dirty 20 then.
Yeah, that's fine. He's fine.
So
So
if Olivia is obviously sweating it up, I'm gonna druidcraft and just constantly like puff some wind in her face.
okay, yeah.
Try and cool her down a little bit.
It'll be some hot wind, but it's basically much
It
welcome.
actually
Yeah.
raises your body temperature doing that.
Yes,
It's why you shouldn't find yourself in hot countries.
Well, that's because you're busy moving your hand, isn't it? I'm doing
This-
it for her.
Yeah, but it's still hot air unless it's cold air.
Do I have the ability to make cold air?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter. The cloak is coming off. Probably the dress as well.
So Volcon catches both. Oh, at least you could have warned me before you did that. And he kind of just he folds them up and like puts them on his sack here, like in the strapping, and kind of ties it up so that it's pretty safe. He's sweating too through his armor, but he's kind of just sticking with it. But a good like 30-40 minute trek, you guys make it to the little outcropping here. You can see as you come to it, it's a little high in terms of like from what you saw through the clairvoyance, especially from the angle you saw, it didn't seem as it was that big, but up close, it's pretty sizable. But there is a nice little inlet that you can get some rest and get away from the beaming sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good place to set up a tent. If this suits all of you, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll help get out the tent for 10 and start setting it up.
I'll start setting up something to cool us down. I'll get out a cooking pot, fill it with water from my water skin, and at this point, clairvoyance will drop. And I will prestidigitation the water to be very cold. And at that point, I will start sort of just pushing air sort of into it and out of it, if you like. Trying to set up like a swirling within the tent for a bit of cold air.
Okay.
It's about as much as I can do with level 0 spells. I can start opening and shutting the door of the tent if you like. But that's about as far as it's going to get. So yeah, at least we'll cool down a little bit. And I will, of course, take off my armor. I believe, Kira, in your world, I can take it off fairly quickly within sort of 10 minutes, but it takes me an hour to put it on. Was that correct?
Doffing is 5 minutes, I believe, for heavy armor, and I think it's 10 minutes for donning, I believe, for heavy armor, if I'm not incorrect.
Okay, excuse the idiocy. Which one's off?
Doff is taking it off.
Doff has got off in it. I like it, and Don has got on.
Yeah.
That's quite easy to remember. Okay, so I shall doff said armor and put it next to me.
All right.
He does wear clothes under his armor, so he is dressed.
It'd be
Not like a hoodie where you
incredibly
just don't wear
uncomfortable
anything.
not
It would be incredibly uncomfortable, especially in this heat.
I wore
Um,
chainmail. I would not do that without a lot of
Okay,
shirt underneath.
I'm not going to do this because I just don't see it as very practical. But if I were to cast fog cloud using the rhyme glass, would it be a cold air?
I would say that it's kind of cold, yeah. Just the simple fact of the element of the actual of the axe, of the ham axe. So yeah, I would say it is.
Okay.
Do we feel the need to keep a watch out here?
Phalanx.
Actually, it is practical. If I use fog cloud, nobody can fucking see us.
There is that, although a fog in this desert
That's a weird cloud of fog, so.
it might attract more attention than just a tent. What color
Unless
what
people
colour is
just
our
think
Amazon
it's a
tent?
mirage.
True. What color is our
A
Amazon
heat
tent?
wave? I don't know. What color is it?
It's not
Is it like
desert color, is it?
actual Amazon tent or like is it regular ye old Amazon tent?
I was thinking it's a normal tent, like brown and whatever, made of like.
Okay, so
made of like
ye old
fabrics.
Amazon tent.
It's for
Yeah,
the forest. It's not for the.
yeah, it's not for the desert. No.
Okay. Well, fog cloud away if you like. But if can Phalanx watch for the whole rest? Wait, is Phalanx even alive? Didn't he die
Phalanx
last episode?
does not sleep at all,
But didn't
and
he
cannot
die?
be surprised. He can be broken, and then I can just rebuild him.
Yeah, he
Oh,
fixed
okay.
he
It
fixed
doesn't take
Phalanx at the
time?
end, I believe.
Right, it doesn't take you like 12 hours or something. Okay, cool.
No,
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I'll be up in 4 hours anyway. But
How long? Okay, so we're taking a long rest.
I certainly need it. I don't know about anybody else.
Okay, so I can't do fog cloud because that is concentration only for 1 hour.
Yes, no. But that's okay. I think we're okay.
give us a cooling mist, and then it'll be gone after an hour.
At which point we'll all be asleep and we won't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we can set Phalanx just up on top of the rock, just spinning in circles slowly, watching in all directions.
As you guys get your tents and begin to nestle, yes, Rakan?
I was gonna say, as I get into bed with Zelchin, I'm like stripping, cause hot. So
Yeah.
sleeping naked. Well, kind of naked. I'm sure he's got underwear on, but
Yeah. Loincloth.
pretty much ye old jock strap.
Zelchin will kind of do the same. He's not going full full commando or whatever, but he does take his shirt off and put the jacket to the side and kind of just lays next to you. So as everyone is in their tents and continue to fall asleep, give me Are you going to low power mode as well, Bastion, or are you not? You staying up?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple of things.
Okay.
First, with a little bit of time, I'm going to cast Magic Missile on one of my green pieces of Ethereum
Okay.
to slot into the pommel of Halthiel's Breath.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend a bit to infuse one of the bullets for the A10-102 or A105.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to call it an A10 because that's a good aircraft. The AC-105. And I think I'll do just another Cure Wounds on it. So I'll have a 3rd level Cure Wounds
Okay.
bullet. And then I think that's all that I had in mind. Oh, and then we have that shimmering dark purple cloak that I was going to try to identify because I have that prepared yet. See what that's all about.
I completely forgot that.
And then I'll recharge.
Great. Is anyone doing anything else?
Just before I go to sleep, I'll utilize my last spell slot to attempt sending again.
Okay.
Before reconfiguring it.
Give me a wisdom check.
I'm going to attempt to contact the Unsung Detective Agency.
Anyone? You trying to cut?
Nat 1, sir.
That's a no.
I failed to even sending to Bastion, who sat right next to me. Fantastic. Right, I'll go to bed.
Okay.
I was gonna dig through those gems we have to find one that's worth roughly 100 gold.
Easy enough. Yeah, you find one that's worth it.
Need for the morning.
And you've also identified that is the Cloak of Displacement.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Who wants it? Who wants to have all attacks against them be at disadvantage?
Who's getting attacked the most? Probably Yeva.
I can already impose disadvantage on people attacking me.
Okay, maybe Volkan, because he's almost died like 3 times.
I mean, we've got one or two options, right? We could potentially give it to somebody in the backline, then I don't need to protect them, and I can focus on somebody in the front line. Or we can give it to somebody in the front line, and then our front line becomes even more unkillable. I spent the last fight trying to protect our backline because I thought it was, easier that way.
Yeah, I think even if he weren't my husband, Volkan has went down 3 times. That is 3 more than
I'm assuming he has
Muriel.
attunement slots.
He should, unless he has something that I'm not aware of.
I've only used one.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything attuned.
Just to clarify, Kira, the Cloak of Displacement gives disadvantage on attackers until they hit, right?
Yeah, until they hit, and then it goes down for a round, I believe.
Yeah, for a round. Okay, I thought it was for an hour. Jesus. Okay.
No, it goes down for a round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
So between my ability, Phalanx, and Volkan having that cloak, we should be able to give disadvantage to pretty much everything. Awesome. Yeah, Volkan seems good to me.
Is Zeltrin and Rokan okay with that?
Sure.
Rokan's got any interest? Not bad to
I mean, it would also fit on Rokan.
Good shape, yeah. We'll have to worry about him less.
So should we give it to her?
What up to you? I would be fighting for it if I was a spellcaster.
Me too. I would be fighting for it if I was Rokan, but I don't
think
Rokan has space. You attuned to 3 items or 2, Josh?
I don't think I'm attuned to anything, to be honest with you.
Well, you're definitely attuned to your staff, I know that.
Okay, yeah, my staff, and then Ring of the Fennec.
Right?
Yeah.
But only the 2, yeah?
Yeah, only those 2.
And you have what, like 80 HP?
I have 89 max.
Okay. How about Rokan? Can he take a hit? Zeltrin, sorry, can he take a hit?
He's got 99. He's got 17. He's got 17 armor class. I've got 14.
Why do you both of you have more HP than Volkan? What? How did you build him, Kira?
Have you been rolling Volkan's HP?
No, because I just took it from Kira and I just took it as is.
Fixed?
What
I don't know, Kira, did you? Volcon has lower
It's got
HP.
like 3 levels of rolling to be done, Larry.
Yeah, I haven't done anything to him. I haven't touched him since I gave it up.
So was he fixed or was he rolled?
He should have been. I didn't roll him. I did not roll him. I think he's fixed.
Oh, okay.
I
For
think.
both
Okay.
for both Zoltran and Rokan, they both have the tough feat, which increases their health every time they level up.
That it does.
Earthcave still trying to tough feed.
I give it to all my characters now because all my characters are so squishy. Like they're having their tough feat.
Okay, well, yeah. Rokan, do you want the cloak that might save your ass? Or do you want to give it to Volcan, who's got even
I
less
mean,
health than you?
I'd personally prefer it just because my AC is so low, so I'm more likely.
Yeah,
to
go
get
for
it.
it. If he dies, he dies. That's his own fucking fault. I don't know why his HP is so low.
No, but the other thing is, with that low an armor class, is disadvantage even going to help you?
Probably not.
No.
But then, should I even take it?
I would if I was you. Any chance to stay alive.
I'd rather give it to a player than an NPC.
Yeah, me too.
It's a great item instead of
Yeah.
It's a great item. Throw it on the NPC.
Just take it, Josh. Cloak of Displacement. Let's
take
go.
I'll-
Okay, I have already long rested. I would like to get up 4 hours after I've gone to sleep. If that's okay, Kira?
Before
Or are we
that,
getting interrupted. Okay, I'll wait.
well, it depends. Phalanx needs to make a perception check.
That he will. Where is he? Phalanx, perception check. Boom. Ooh, only a 10.
Okay.
He's done better.
He's done
Actually,
better.
he might be. I think that actually went up when he went up a level. Oh, because he now has a plus 12 to perception. When my, with all my levels that I've gained have factored in. So let me double check what that actually is. Get back to the game log. So I rolled a 5. Only added 5, so I added 7 to that. So he's got a 17.
17.
Yeah.
Phalanx sees something off in the distance. It's a quick flash of something that disappears below the dunes. And I kind of picture Phalanx doing the whole Johnny 5 fucking R2D2 just like out when like he sees something. But yeah, he alerts you.
Ignore that. Everyone, something is approaching.
I have already hit the long rest button.
How dare you?
So I'll just pretend I've got the lower HP and no spell slots.
Okay.
It's quite easy to know that I've got no spell slots. I have one level 1 spell slot left, and that's it. So cool. What might it be, Bastion?
We'll have to check. And Bastion will go out of the tent with he'll strap on his shield and
Okay.
draw Althiel's breath.
I'll go out of my loincloth. There's gonna be no there's gonna be no armor on.
And you do so. As you step out, it's only just a short moment before you feel your foot begin to sink.
Whose?
Yours.
Oh, mine? That's a bit
Yes.
rude. Why me? I didn't go out first.
You
He's
feel
the
your
fat one.
foot. That's fucked up.
I didn't go out first, and I'm heavier.
That's fine. That is fucked up. I'll do
you
it.
know,
I'll think.
but yeah, the DM said it was you, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You feel your foot begin to sink. It's not because that he's heavier.
It's you because you're alive.
It's you because you're destined to die.
You
I'm
feel
okay with all of the above.
you feel your foot begin to sink. However,
Bastion, I'm
as-
sinking.
as your foot lowers down into the underneath the sand, it touches something scaly.
No, I'm sinking, and there's things out of the sand.
As
Can
it-
I? How many feet are sinking? Both.
Only your right foot currently is going.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna sort of attempt to jump with my left foot. And
Okay.
sort of like throw myself as far to the left as I can because
Yeah, I'll
I
try
don't
to
like
grab
steady
him and-
things. I'm usually wearing armor, and now they can touch me and lick me, and I don't like that.
Okay, give me an athletics check, and I
Okay.
have to do a few things here currently.
For the reference, I do have boots on.
Okay.
But anyway, go on.
Okay. Give me an athletics check here.
Athletics check, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and second of all,
Mate, I'm doing the high jump.
all right, where is the stuff? Where's your stuff?
What's like my armor?
Your armor.
Inside.
It's inside the tent?
The shield is on my arm.
Okay.
The armor is inside.
Okay. Armor's there. So that's
Bag
all.
of holding
That's all you have.
Is with my armor.
Okay.
But so I'm out here in my boots, my clothes, and a shield. I just didn't put the armor on because it's fucking hot out here.
Okay. So what happens now? As you jump off, you see that as your foot sinks, you can see just a bit in the dip as the sand begins to fall into a sinkhole. You see this almost reddish and blackish scale carapace as it continues to move beneath the sand, and you feel a rumble, Bastion, as the tent erupts from behind you. Everyone inside the tent, please give me dexterity saving throws.
Well, that's everybody else and Bastion, right?
Yeah, Bastion too. Yeah, you're the only one who's jumped to the left and escaped to the side of it.
Because Bastion was in front of me, right? But you're not. But he's also dex saving, is he?
No, Bastion's fine.
Okay, right, cool. Because he went first.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask. That's a 19 for Volcon.
Okay.
What kind of clothing does Volcon have, and can Alovia steal any of it?
Well, Volcon is kind of like he's the dutiful husband, so I assumed he never took off his armor just in case anything pops off. He's in a strange land, and the battle last time was pretty harsh, so he didn't take anything off, but he does have some normal clothing in his bag and stuff.
Okay, because before taking the rest, Alovia probably would have got something out that isn't fucking lined with all of her other clothing.
Yeah,
but that's a 19 for both of them.
19 for both of them. Okay, great. What's your dex save for Zeltron and Rakan?
Mine's 8 and Zeltron's 15.
Okay, so this is what happens. So, you feel the rumble, and Alovia, as you wake up, Volcon is already grabbing your arm, and he takes his sword, cuts through the tent, and pulls you out. As that happens,
that's a lot of money.
As that happens, you see these large teeth as everything within the tent itself gets absorbed in. Rakan and Zeltron are pulled into the mouth of this large worm as it erupts from the ground and dives into the sand.
Oh, come on, my fucking tent. But first he cuts it and then it gets absorbed. But did we get? How long has it been?
This is a short.
Okay, so we do get the effects of a short rest.
Yes.
Okay.
So from the record, everything within the tent is where?
Inside the worm.
Interesting.
Alright.
But you see, as it lifts up, it begins to start diving into the sand.
I'm gonna try to strike it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say we're all gonna start attacking the fucker.
Nope.
I would like to, yeah, I'm angry and I have one spell slot because it's the 5th level spell slot I gained from leveling up.
Alright. What order you want us to do this in?
Bastion can go first, and you all can get strikes
Alright.
before rolling initiative, so please. Only people who can is Zeltron and Rakan, who are stuck inside the worm's maw.
Oh, that makes our turn very backwards. I don't suppose you want to hold your action, do you?
No, he's just gonna go start swinging. I got a 22 and a 12.
22 hits, 12 does not.
Holy weapon after you've attacked.
I know. I figured as much, but
I was going to use it on Rockhand, but then I realized he's inside the beast. Do Alovia or Volcan get 2 attacks?
I think both of us get 2 attacks.
Okay, I would know this is a character, so I would have seen you attack before.
Yeah, so when you say we...
oh, plus 11, of course. Total 18.
So we're rolling for attacks, right? Is this like a normal attack?
Yeah. These are normal attacks. You guys can give me, since you guys are pretty much like as it's passing through, it's pretty like it's hard not to hit it. So you guys can make these attacks with advantage.
Okay, can
Okay,
I go
so-
before you, Alovia, please? Is that all right?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna
No,
be
I
really
need one more
pointless.
thing.
Yeah.
So this counts as a normal action.
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Eva.
Okay, I'm going to use my scrolls, the holy weapon, Alovia.
Okay.
So I've still got a 5th level spell if I need it. That will give you a 2d8 of radiant damage, assuming that the spell scroll was at level 5, correct? Kira?
What? Yeah. Level 5.
Spell scroll was at level 5, yep, okay. So yes, you will get a 2d8 of radiant damage on hit.
Okay, so the first one was a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Oh god. This is gonna get messy real quick. So that is so that's 16 no, that's 14 hammering damage plus 2d6. And then radiant was 2d8, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
And you do 2d6 cold.
For an additional 13.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so 4 of that is radiant plus 5 cold. And then the next roll was a dirty 20.
That hits.
That is 15 hammering damage and
Oh,
4 radiant damage plus 6 cold damage.
Okay.
Once. Not good. Not good.
Oh, Conster. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Yay. Okay. That is 10 slashing damage. God.
Mhm.
Volkan has too much shit on his fucking thingy thing. And then he's gonna. Yeah, why not? He's gonna do a wrathful smite.
Okay.
So that's 2 psychic damage, I think. Is wrathful psychic something damage. And then that one is another 24 to hit
Okay, that hits.
for an additional. Well, not additional, for 7 slashing damage.
Nice. Okay. And Bastion, you made your hit. You made your attacks already. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit once for 7 damage from the magic weapon, 11 extra force on top of that for a total of 18.
Okay.
And the other one hit an AC 16.
No, that
Does
doesn't hit.
land?
No,
Okay,
it doesn't
didn't
hit.
think so.
Okay.
18
So
total for me.
okay. So a few things. So first of all, Rakan and Zeltrin takes the following. As the teeth begin to gnaw and crunch upon your bodies.
Put on my armor. That'll help you. It takes 10 minutes to don, though, which I believe is quite a few rounds. It's 100
Throw a
rounds,
bunch
is
of
it?
water on the sandworms, and it'll kill them immediately.
It's purple. It's not sandy.
Dune taught me anything.
So Zeltrin and Rakan take 31 points of piercing damage as they bite into you. As it bites into you. But as you release the energy on Holy Weapon from the strikes and then the Wrathful Smite, you watch as it shifts in the sand and turns around and then rears up. You see it like as the teeth and the feelers begin to slightly vibrate and gyrate as it begins to kind of like, it sees as it's starting to like sense the magic that you cast. You see it begins to like slightly salivate before it opens its maw and then drops the 2 bodies of Zeltrin and Rakan on the floor.
What about the tent?
It is not.
We're killing that fucker.
You see
Wait. Don't say bodies like that.
as they both fall to the ground, you see as it kind of keeps raising up. And roll initiative.
Yeah, damn right. We are fighting this fuck. That's a fucking nat 20.
Me too. 22.
27.
Nice.
I don't know how going first helps me in the slightest. but I'm gonna go with it.
I mean, Rockan might need some hit points.
Before said long rest, how were we looking? Was I the only one who was super low HP?
I was fairly low, but the short rest, I was able to get back up to full burning hit dice.
You had hit dice to burn? I took a short rest before the boss fight. That's where all my fucking hit die went.
I only used one because I
Okay.
didn't need much before the boss fight.
Is anybody else looking severely wounded?
No. Well, I guess Zoltran and Rakan, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming.
Zoltran's got 41 out of 94, and I've got 37 out of 84.
Great, and I had 30 HP before I went down, before I rested, so... okay, cool. I know what I'm gonna do then. That's fine.
Okay, so you had a nat 20 for what? For what?
27.
Okay, 27. 22. Okay. Olivia?
Olivia got a 11, and Volkan got a nat 1.
Ooh. Nat 1 for total of what?
Good question. 4. So
Okay.
this dice goes into the vegetable.
Okay, and Zelcha and Rakan?
I got a 5 and Zoltran got 15.
Wow. You guys didn't wake up very easily, did you?
Okay. At the start of the turn, start of the combat, Yeva, you're up. You're natural 20.
Can I get to Volkan? Volkan.
You can get to Volkan, yeah.
Yep, cool. I would like to stand over him and cast Blade Ward.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I would like to... Oh, that's a question. Did I have any of that up?
What up?
I imagine I didn't channel 2 auras during the boss fight. I think that's impossible. There's no way the boss fight went over 10 rounds, did it?
No.
Okay,
No,
cool. So
no,
I
no,
shall
no.
use my second one to channel my divinity, healing us for 5 HP a turn. At the end of the turn, anybody who's in range, and I'm standing over Volkan.
Okay. All right, then it's your turn. Bastion, you're up. It's 30 feet from you. It didn't go too far after you guys slashed and cast with your magical items.
All right. Bastion is going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
First level slot, so it gets to make a dexterity saving throw. But as it's doing so, I'm going to burn my reaction to use my spell rot tattoo of silvery barbs.
Oh, okay.
So it will have disadvantage on this saving throw.
Such a good 2 strong spell. And it fails it.
Your reaction on your turn.
Yep.
Sick. I've just learned something new.
As long as the triggering thing occurs, and the triggering thing is it rolls a saving throw. So
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
With disadvantage, it rolled a 2 for -2 for 0. So it is currently fairy fired as it is currently glowing.
So all of our attacks have advantage against it, and then I'm going to choose a different creature that I can see within range that can be myself. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute. I'm going to do that on Rockan.
Advantage? I see. You don't have to choose yourself.
Yep, I can choose myself if I want to, but I'm going to put it on Rockan, so if you have to make a saving throw in the next minute, you'll have advantage on it.
Thank you.
So you don't get eaten again.
Sorry, can I just... what did you cast?
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs.
It came with Strixhaven.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just pulling it up. It was really interesting. Carry
on. And Zelcha, it's okay.
Action. Bonus action. I'm gonna have Phalanx fire his lightning cannon.
Oh, okay, please do. Yeah.
One more use of that. Oh, and he'll have advantage, but 26 probably hits.
Yeah, that
he
hits.
got a nat 20.
Oh, yes, take it. Yep. Do it.
All right. Roll as critical damage. Lightning cannon, 4 die 12 plus 5. 39 lightning damage.
Ooh, what a hit. Good shit,
All right, first time he actually hit with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Just do the damage here.
Bonus action. And
It's about
that's my turn.
Okay, that spell's fucking absurd.
Oh, it is. That's absurd.
Yeah, a lot of people think it should be banned.
You can counter spell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.
hmm Yeah. So if I cast Fireball and you counter it, I can still counter on my own turn.
Hmm.
Okay. 99 damage. End your turn. Zeltrin
Burn
is
spell slots to do it.
yeah. Zeltrin is up. He is currently prone though from being released from the maw.
Okay, then he'll use his movement speed to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll attack. He'll
Okay.
use the sharpshooter feat. That's a miss. He'll attack again. That's also a miss.
Hmm.
He'll action surge. And that's 25.
That hits.
Cool. And it's a plus 10 damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 12. Oh wait, but he's got Fair Fire on, right? So I roll with advantage.
Oh, yep.
Mhm.
All your attacks are
Okay, yeah.
advantage.
Okay, I'll re-roll those two then. Okay, so that's 12. That's 22 damage for that one.
Okay.
Okay, let me re-roll the other two. Okay, that's a miss. And that's also a miss. Got two fucking nat ones. And then one palm pistol. That's 22 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. And that's 20 damage.
Okay. Nice. Good shit.
Nice. And that's
Been
the end
having
of his turn.
lessons in the cafe.
As they all begin to, as the bullets begin to riddle its hide, you hear it kind of scream out as like some of the acidic like spittle just comes like flying forward as like a lot of the blood begins to now start coating the sand. But pissed off, it goes straight for the attack back upon Zeltrin, who's shot it up full of holes. Yeah.
Sorry. I just realized that Wrathful Smite, it needs to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of Volcon.
Okay. I'm just gonna make one. It fails. So it
Okay.
is frightened of Volcon. That's a 30 to hit. That's a 30 to hit Zeltrin. He takes
I think if he's frightened, he has to make that a disadvantage.
against
As long as he can see Vokan. If the
See, that's strange, right?
let
Because
me
hold
double
on.
check. Yeah, I think because as long as what frightened you, as long as you can still see it.
But the thing is, hold on. I think one thing is, let me see one thing about worms in general.
Yeah, make sure that it can be frightened.
Yeah, but you do definitely get disadvantage to do anything that will affect the person who you are frightened of.
Yeah, the frightened creature has a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
The thing
And it can't
the
go
thing
any
the
closer.
thing I'm thinking about is and you know anyone can say this. I don't think worms have eyes. Let me see, because they do have blind sight.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a point.
all right.
Yeah, but if
I
it is
mean,
traditional
rule it however
purple
you want,
worm,
yeah.
it is ruled as blind.
Yeah, if that's the yeah, then yeah, it doesn't work.
Because they work by tremor sense.
They work by tremor sense, yeah, tremor sense and blind sight. So that's a 30 to hit Zeltrin. And it took what was let me see my roll here, and he took 30 points of bite damage, piercing damage. And I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's nat 20 for a 25.
Okay, so he is not absorbed, but he will the worm will rip its tail out of the sand and strike towards you now, Rakan.
He needs to make a dexterity throw.
Okay. That's a fail.
According to the
Oh,
law,
it's-
they would have disadvantage on any wisdom saves, but they are blind. If you follow them by the Forgotten Realms law.
Okay.
As they are ruled as extremely dim-witted creatures.
That's 5 fire damage.
Okay, 5 fire damage. Okay.
Not enough to get.
All right, and the tone of sound 5 fire damage. That's a 33 to hit you, Rakan.
Who is next to? Sorry, just to get an idea. Who is within 5 feet of Volcon?
I think you are. I think everyone else is actually.
Including Rokan and Zeltrin.
No, he went a little further ahead.
Right. Okay. So I'm not in range to protect Zeltrin or Rokan. Right.
No.
Kira, was that rolled at disadvantage? Yeah.
Yeah. He has it has plus 14 to a hit.
Oh,
20 points of piercing damage to you. And a con save, please.
you got that advantage from Silvery Barbs.
Was that 18?
Nice.
That is a fail.
Is that an 18 with advantage, Josh? Jesus.
Now you got a 16 on the roll, so.
Yeah. 46 points of poison damage to you.
Down.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Elovia, you're up.
Okay. Just to be clear, Yevo, what did you cast on Volcon?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I went to stand next to him so I could protect him if he got attacked.
Oh,
thinking
okay,
that
okay.
He got spat out by the monster, but he didn't. It was Rokan and Zeltrin.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not in the right place, but I am next
All
to him
right.
to protect him if I need to. That's all.
Alright, I'm just making sure. So, I am going to bonus action Rage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a 27 to hit.
That hits. Remember, these all advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that nat 20. That is not a nat 20, that's a 19. Fuck you. Fuck you, dice. That is 14. Yeah, 14 hammering damage. God.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant damage was 2d8, right?
Yeah, I love the way
Okay.
that her hammer doesn't do bludgeoning damage; it does hammering damage. It's my favorite part of her weapon.
It does. It go hammer.
Can you
That
roll
is.
your damage with your dice? Your D&D Beyond is in your ones. Is making me cry.
What was I'm sorry, what was the damage, Olivia?
That was 9 extra damage. I
Okay, thank
think
you.
that's 3 cold damage and
Okay.
7 radiant, or not 7, 6 radiant damage.
I think Holy Weapon is down. Blade Ward is not concentration, is it?
No.
Okay, so Holy
Oh,
okay.
it's fine. Then that's just 3 cold damage.
No,
It's
no, it's not down. It's not down. It's not down.
Oh.
Okay, great. As you run over, boom, boom, 2 hits. As you kind of break into the carapace, you see like some of the nice this pinkish meat beneath the carapace as you break into it. It is now Volcon's turn.
Oh, wait. Wasn't that only 1 attack?
You did 2. So go for your second attack.
You tell him.
Yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
She got so silent, I thought it was over. Okay, 22, yeah.
She was just like, okay.
Alright, that's 13.
Nice.
And then blade Holy Weapon, right? Is that still up? I'm
Yeah.
getting so confused because you guys are like, oh no, it's not up. Oh wait, it is up. Alright, that's 21 extra damage. I think that's 12 cold damage and 9
Nice.
radiant. Yeah.
Two
And
more
then that's my turn.
2 more hammering strikes as the energy of cold and light begin to commingle and strike into it. And screams out again as it's now looking towards you, and it's like kind of like the feelers are moving around. Volcon is up.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, did it go? But then yeah, it did go. It's like, how can you get lower than a nat 1? Alright. Good thing it's at advantage. That's a 26 to hit
That hits.
for 7 slashing damage and
Okay.
11 radiant damage.
Nice. Woo, close.
His second attack is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Actually, I'm gonna roll again in case if I get that nat 20. It's
Yeah.
not a fucking nat 20, fuck you.
Should always
Alright.
roll twice if you have advantage.
Okay, that's 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I don't think he can smite again.
No, but you can add your Holy Weapon Radiant though.
No, holy weapon's on her, not him.
It's a touch. It's a touch. Okay. All right.
If I could target more than one person with it, believe
Oh,
me,
wait.
everything would be dead by now.
What's up?
Olivia gets extra rage damage. Yeah, she gets 4 extra rage damage, so you can add that.
Okay, so how does Olovia want to do this? How does she explain Grisly demise as she brings him to it?
As she explains how her mechanics work. Okay, so I guess she's gonna make her 2 hammering attacks, and then she's gonna flip the flip the ham axe around to the axe side,
Mhm.
and then she is going to cut it in half,
All right.
raise up her arm.
Nice. Yeah, you
Wait.
bring it around as you do. You bring it down close through the through the worm as it kind of like begins to head towards you for the final attack, but it begins to split down the center as like it begins to like rain this acidic blood around you, and it falls and hits the sand. But don't worry, your badass shield does not allow you to be burned, but you have felled the beast. As the worm just lays split before you, you can see some of the, you can see a lot of the innards and things it's probably had for a few days, still like nesting inside.
Can I see a bag of holding and a set of plate mail?
You do see them. However, as you look at the bag of holding, you see that all the contents have spilled out and punctured the bag.
There's a lot of
It's 385 pounds worth of stuff inside.
There is.
Who wants some stuff?
Olivia can carry that. Volkan is going to go over and
I
cast
can
Cure
carry most of
Wounds
it.
on Rokan.
Okay.
Is Zeltran down? No, Zeltran's fine, right?
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
I
she's
didn't
down.
realize he was down.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that. We'll go
I
ahead.
forgot. That's Yeva would have remembered. I
Yeah,
didn't.
well, 24. You could take 24 hit points.
Thanks.
Realistically, how much of this shit can I carry in a backpack?
Not all of it. There was a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, well, who wants 320 bullets weighing 100 pounds? Kira, I
I'll
hate
take
you
it.
because I can't remove items from my inventory and D&D so I have to do this by mobile. Okay, you want to carry 320 bullets? Yep.
Well,
Sure.
sorry, just to be clear. Is the tent there?
The tent's there, but it's like melted through and torn to shreds.
What about
Okay,
the tent?
that's-
What about the 2 tents inside the?
Pretty much the same affair, really.
Alright, that's very convenient, because that means Olivia has, like, a ton of space left, now that there's not a 10-person tent stuffed into her bag.
I tell you what, I will send Alovia the full list of items, apart from the ones that I need to carry myself, such as alchemist and calligrapher's supplies, and we shall fill her up when we've got some time. Is that alright, Kira?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Take a breath.
Yeah, there's like fucking 40 caltrops, 3 cooking pots, some fishing tack. I don't know, there's fucking millions of things in my bag.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff inside of it is like damaged and like
Well, I'm assuming anything non-metal is pretty fucked.
yeah.
Maybe just pick up the essentials and leave.
Well,
the
I mean,
rest.
like, most of the things are metal anyway. Like, it's pitons and pitchers and... Wait, is my paper damaged?
Yeah.
And something
Was I
stellar.
carrying that in there? I do have a piece of paper in my bag. Just one.
One sheet of paper.
I
Folded
fucking hate
nicely.
you, Kira. This is the worst thing that's happened to you. This is fucking coma girl. Alright, so I'm gonna expend
so-
5th level mass cure wounds.
So Lathar's dying just wasn't on the same level.
No. He doesn't know Lotharis is dead yet, right? He just thinks he's gone and done something stupid. That's 25 points of healing to everybody. I did try and heal my items, but it didn't work.
How
I'm
much
going back to
time?
bed, you prick. 25. I believe between Bastion and I, we can probably put sheets of tent that are still vaguely intact on various stick-based items. And
However,
please put
We use
a sheet up.
pitons to.
whilst you're
stick to the
sorting
wall.
through all this,
Yeah.
Bastion, Nieva, I believe Rakan too. Out of the corner of your eye, you see 3 shadows standing at the top of the crag that you were nesting under.
Dude, we're just trying to get a night's sleep. Yeah, what do they want?
Yeah.
At the top of the hill.
Yeah, well,
See them?
they'll kind of wave.
You see, straight directly from you are, you see that they have arrows trained on you.
Hmm.
You just hear a voice as you see it, like kind of this gold scaled dragonborn raises up, looks over. You see he's wearing like this like a leather bodice, but it also has a lot of this airy, like silky material, like in gold accoutrement on the side, like lining the sides. You just hear, well, it's unfortunate for you. And that was one of the small ones. How about you just nestle all that stuff up into a nice little pile for us? Put your weapons down and come with us.
And who might you be?
We're the Rising Kin. We own this desert.
You own some beds in this desert?
Something like that. You
Might
looking
we
for a
be-
place to stay?
We are.
Oh, okay. No funny business. You see as like the other two begin to slide down. And interesting enough, despite seeing the frogs, the Talarkin, you see one normal human and one halfling. And you see them as they come down, still wearing sort of the same outfit, leather bodice and
They're
airy
dressed
silk
like
material.
Bedouins.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, right, okay, cool. That's what I've got in my head. So I just
yeah.
want to confirm if I'm saying the right thing.
Yeah, definitely. As they slide down, you see as the gold dragonborn comes down, you see there's a female dragon. Bows and arrows still trained.
I've got a weapon to drop.
I was gonna ask. You know what I was gonna ask.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take you to the inlet. Now, like I said, round everything up and put these on. And they throw shackles over all of you.
Well, that changes things.
Sorry, was the gold one the girl, or is it the gold one and a girl one?
The gold one is a female.
Right.
I had agreed to come with you for somewhere to stay. I'm not so sure about being a prisoner.
No, it's not. It's...
Accommodations come with conditions.
Exactly. Listen to your metal friend here.
But there's only 3 of you.
You want to try after dealing with the purple worm? You sure? You sure it's just 3 of us?
Well,
Take a closer look.
I'll make a perception check on that if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see any other fuckers trying to put me in chains?
What's your
A nat
perception check?
20 for 28.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay. Lots?
Lots.
Well, I'm just gonna sort of look at like Alovia, and Volkan and Bastion, and then sort of like, are we going with them? Like,
When
I do
we
not
open
have-
our arms.
I do not have time for this. My daughter is in danger. I'm not gonna sit and rot in some jail cell.
Hey, no one said anything about a jail cell.
the
Listen,
one with shackles.
Not gonna sit in some desert and rot away.
We don't know you. You don't know us. This is for our protection as much as it is for yours.
No, it's for your own protection. This is a
Yeah,
we're
neutral,
defenseless.
we're the only ones in chains.
We're just trying to be cordial. You stepped into our
Cordial
desert.
by putting people in chains. There's
You
no
have a lot of
cordial.
mouth for someone who's on the floor.
Yeah, do you want to try it without every one of your friends?
You want to go one on one?
Unless
You
you're a
can?
big fat pussy. Yeah.
Okay, roll initiative.
I'll do it. And when I say that, I'm gonna stand between her and Rakan, and I'm going to try and intimidate her by sizing her up.
Okay. She looks up towards you. Please make your intimidation check.
Come on.
What?
That's a nat 20 for 32!
Also, just on a side note, you can take 32 points of... No, wait. 9 times 5. 45 points of healing from the expiration of divinity. I'm assuming it has been a minute by now, Kira.
Yeah.
That's all of you, by the way.
Oh. So you step up to her, and you kind of like brush up against her, and she
I
kind
wouldn't
of.
mind that either.
I mean, pretty much, right? But you brush up against her, and she kind of like falters back slightly. You see her eye like slightly twitch. You see how she kind of rescinds inward, but seeing her body language, that forces the others to begin to rise up from their spots with their weapons trained.
She asked for it. She can't.
She feels threatened. That's what intimidation does.
Yeah, guess she is a pussy.
Can we have a head count of how many we can see with my nat 20 perception, by the way?
You're counting probably about 25.
By the way, I said that in character.
Okay.
How are their running skills? And that was just a me thought. It wasn't out loud to anyone. The leader is definitely this gold dragonborn, right?
From what you can see, yes.
Look, clearly you outnumber us. You obviously don't want to go mano a mano with my friend here. Perhaps if we sheath our weapons and come peacefully, there's more than enough of you to overwhelm us should trouble break out. And if trouble breaks out and it's not your doing, then we can even assist you with it. We are a peaceful people. We didn't come into your desert. We ended up in your desert. We haven't come here by choice. We are looking for her daughter. Can you blame her for her anger? Please. Let us just go peacefully together, take a rest, get to know each other, see that we can find out where she needs to go, and all be friends here.
Make a persuasion check. Good old Yeva diplomacy.
Yeah, Yeva diplomacy with a fucking 4 on the dice. Fucking, what is this dice, man? Right, okay, that's the last roll with that fucking piece of shit. Sick and tired of these 3s and 4s and 5s.
I would like to.
Perception checks. I've made 3 of those in the last week.
I would like to clarify that Elovia stepping in front of Rockhan was more of a stance to like protect him.
Yeah.
As opposed to like actually fight her.
Fight her, yeah. She's gonna roll an insight on that actually. Yeah, she gets that.
You see? Fucking dice would have been fine.
By the way, is she hot?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
She looks towards you, and like her eyes are like this, like they look like smoldering coals. She looks at you, and then like she kind of looks behind you at Rakan and looks up at you. And there's like a slight smile. You should really be careful how you react sometimes. It shows weakness every now and again. You.
Was she talking to?
Hmm?
Was she talking to when she said that?
She's talking to you. Talking to you.
Okay.
But then she looks. Elf. All right, I see what you're trying to do. Choose one of you. At least one of you.
For what?
Wear these.
That'll be me.
Why?
Why? Because I...
No, not you. Her.
Oh. Ah.
Because I have people I have to answer to as well. And this is the best way I can actually sell this.
By only one of those. How does that sell anything?
You're not as at full strength as you're shackled. He can't wield his shield.
Speaking of which, I will not give my shield to them. Can I ask either Volcan or Bastion to carry it?
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Won't it look a little ridiculous that you've only managed to shackle one of us?
You also don't have your weapons.
Rokan, let us go peacefully, please.
Fully in shackles.
Just me.
Okay.
I'll give him a little wink.
You see as she just twirls her finger as you see as the others begin to maneuver around and gather all the stuff that was spewed from the, that was gathered and put into like the little pile. They wrap them all up and grab the things and begin to drag and cart them off. You see as they begin to pull them away, more of those desert chickens show up. You hear a few of them whistle, and they come trancing over, and they begin to like load them up, and they begin to walk you through the desert. So they walk you through. Off in the distance, you can see some more of those worms maneuvering around. But you can see that in the group, there is one that seems to be focused. Eyes are shut, maneuvering through this desert. And it seems like every time like a worm comes close, it kind of just veers off. Eventually walking through, as you guys are walking, they do provide you with water and things of that nature, to keep you hydrated and making sure that you don't kill over during the march. It's hours during this, but they bring you to this mountain. To joining them. Yep.
If I might, you say it's hours that we're walking.
Mhm.
Are they talking to us at all, or are they just?
They're not
being
talking
in
to you.
silence? Right.
They're talking, so they're not talking.
I'm
You
gonna
wanna
take my water that they offer me too.
Yes.
Drain their resources.
Just drain their resources. Do you want to try talking to them, Yama?
Just a little tiny bit, just a couple of questions. I don't know if they'll answer, but I'd at least like to make an attempt. I think
Okay,
it'd be very funny if I like to walk in silence.
You see one human man. He's a bit stocky, but a little older. You see that his face just shows it's like desert worn and like he's scarred up, but he has like a swords and daggers sheathed on him. But he's just like walking like a little bit further in front of you. What do you say?
Are your people indigenous to these deserts, or were you born outside of them?
We were born here.
Can't be an easy life.
No.
Explains some of the distrust of others coming on your lands. How do you guys manage these purple worms that we saw? Do they have names?
No names, just worms. We try not to cast.
I see. Magic draws them, does it?
Indeed.
Lesson learned. We won't draw them to you.
Appreciated.
And do you ever travel? Does anybody ever travel out of these deserts? Any of you?
Yes, and he points toward the gold dragonborn. She is the hunt leader.
That means that she hunts outside of the deserts?
Wait, when you say outside the deserts, do you mean she go to the other biomes? Is that what you mean? No. She scours through the actual desert,
Right,
finding
okay,
what
and
can be found.
they don't leave either into another biome or out of all the biomes.
Exactly.
They never do that.
Never do.
Okay, right. That's what I was. Sort of
Yeah, no. Upon now recognizing what you're saying, we can't leave.
No, I thought as much. Have you seen a gold warforged? Like my friend here, and I'll point to Bastion, but golden in color.
He kind of squints as if he's having a hard time seeing Bastion, but no.
And what about somebody that looks like her but a lot younger? And I'll point at Alovia.
He looks toward Alovia. No.
That is who we seek, her daughter. Do you have any children?
Yes, one.
Her daughter has been missing for... Is it a year now, Alovia? 2?
She hasn't seen her in a year, but according to Volcon, it's been like 3 months and a week.
Right, okay. But she has not seen her daughter in a year. And the last time she saw her daughter, she thought she was going to die. Forgive us for our angry response originally.
It's understandable.
With that, he'll shut up and let the DM get on with it.
As you continue to walk through the desert, you eventually make it to this large wall that's built into two mountains that kind of meet in the center. It's like two ranges finally connect, but there's a wall here, and as they begin to bring you through, you can see just a little bit far off that there is another wall, but this one has like this crude, like paved, like stone door. As they get closer, the stone door begins to open up, and inside you can see this sprawling thoroughfare of houses made of brick and tents. You see people of all creeds and credences walking around, working, all kind of dressed in the same silk attire, working and maneuvering around. What is going on with you?
I open my Pepsi all over my face, my t-shirt, my screen. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. As they begin to bring you through the small, like, tent-like city, you see that there are halflings, dragonborns, humans, gnomes, all sorts of races here in this place. You've passed by what looks to be, as you clock in blacksmith and tailors, small little tents that have like just refreshments, bars, and things like that. Nothing too crazy, just very quaint and rudimentary. Was necessary. However, beyond that, just beyond the tent city, is a large fortress that's built and constructed into the rock. As you notice, as you're continuing to walk, that more of the hunt party that was with you begins to split off into different places, as they seem to go to like different sections and different stations. But as you're brought into here, you are left with the Gold Dragonborn, the man you spoke to, Yeva, and like three other huntsmen. You see, as the Gold Dragonborn turns around, I will take you to see Corvius.
What's a Corvius?
He is the leader here, as you are the first people to come here in quite a long time.
But not the first.
No, you're not the first.
And for the record, is he ushering all of us into this meeting?
Yes, all of you are going. Well, she wants to bring all of you, yes.
Yep, cool.
What's her name?
Niafir.
Sorry, what?
Niafir.
Like that?
Oh, I cannot see Twitch. Sorry, want to see?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't see it. Nyaphir.
Well, I wasn't that far off. Okay.
Yeah, Niafir.
Don't quit your day job just yet. You're strong, smart. Don't go buying anything flashy. Just need. Do you hear me, Jan?
Let us meet this Corvus.
Yes.
Let him know our intentions.
As they begin to lead you in into the fortress itself, she begins to bring you up this staircase. Staircase that's like seemingly built into the wall, but slightly outwards, like bowing outwards. But she brings you up, and as you're walking up the staircase, you can see that there are like these like oval shaped windows that allows you to see out further into the city and beyond to the horizon of the desert. But she finally begins to bring you up into you see the construction of this fortress as opposed to the outside, which looks more like the mountain itself. The inside is a bit more well done and worked on. Like there's like a little bit of cobbled stone and like properly cemented. But as she brings you up, there's two other guards that are in the front, and as they see her, they turn, put their hands over their fists over their chest and bow before they open the door. And you see beyond, as you walk into like this large, like it's not too large, but it's this office. There's a large table in the front that actually has a map of the other biomes. Although you can see that the maps themselves are slightly like blocked off, and you see that on the desert biome that there are multiple X's like marked on the map itself. And just beyond that table, you see a like bronze skin brown haired halfling sitting at a desk. Legs are crossed, and you can see the desert horizon beyond him. As he slightly turns around, and who are they? And you see the female dragonborn bows. Yeah, we found them out in the sector. In what sector? The worms. Oh, well, and they're alive? Wow, that is surprising. As he like gets up, you see he like slightly drops below his desk, but begins to like walk around to get a good look at everybody. Well, it seems it's time I guess we can have a conversation and maybe get you on your way. I'm looking at all of you. You seem to be a little upset and perturbed. Sorry for any discomfort that, well, the desert has bestowed upon you or my people. Please have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Please.
I can't drink like this.
Yes. Sorry. Precautions. Please. Snaps his fingers. As Niafir comes over to you and unlocks your shackles.
Most appreciated.
Sorry about that. Please, Niafir, you can leave. Watch as she kind of looks toward all of you and then looks back to him. Please, you may leave. Reluctantly, she bows and heads out. And he looks over to the right and presents, as you see that there is a small little like cubby area, where there's like all sorts of like really plush pillows and a small little table where you guys can sit at, and little like silken drapery. Around there you see there's like little small effects to the little finger foods. I apologize. I did not expect guests today. But I'll have something brought up to you shortly so you guys can relax a bit.
We were actually in the process of resting, taking a sleep when we were beset upon actually by a small purple worm, or we are assured by your people it was small. It certainly wasn't small to us.
Yeah, that was
And then of course we've met you all. We came into the desert relatively recently, and we came at the aftermath of a tough battle.
Okay.
It's been quite a long time since we've slept.
Oh, well, please have a rest. The desert can be quite treacherous. Please. Let me relax and don't worry. While you're here, my home is your home. You can take your rest
We
here.
have some very pressing business, however, and then I'll gesture to Alovia.
Business? Whatever is the matter.
Daughter is missing.
Oh, she's lost. She's missing here.
Well, across the desert
Wow.
by the mountain.
And here I thought you were adventurers, taking playing the game. Taking the trip.
Game.
Oh, you came here and you didn't know?
I came here because my daughter was kidnapped.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this requires a drink. And as he says that, he snaps his fingers as on cue, the door swings open and a silver tray filled with like this amber liquid on these small little dainty crystalline glasses. Let's to bring them over. Yeah, we're gonna want to have a talk, and on that we're gonna take a 5. welcome back, everybody. We last left you guys were in the company of Corvius, the halfling leader of the Rising Kin. As he told you about a particular game, and as he said that, he said, "Well, in order to have this conversation, I think we need to have a drink." He snaps his fingers. Nice little tray comes in. And you see little crystal stem glasses with amber liquid inside. And he sets it down. He sits, folds his legs. Well, so this is quite awkward. So I don't really mean to be imposing, but can you tell me a story? How did you guys get here?
Daughter went missing.
No.
She
I
was
know
kid-
that part. I know that part. Yeah. I understand.
Will you let me finish?
Oh. Okay.
She was kidnapped by a golden warforged by the name of Words. I asked for my patron if he had any guidance to give me, and he directed me towards this obelisk.
An obelisk, you say? First of all, she's a little scary. And second of all, an obelisk. Fascinating. Huh. Everyone's gotten here in different ways, but I've never heard of an obelisk.
How have others arrived?
There's these doors that's kind of like scattered about the Thea. And there are these keys. Here, I have one of these here. Unfortunately, these doors are one ways. You can't get back out unless you complete the game. He slides, he walks over to his desk, goes back and puts the key on the table in the center. And you instantly recognize this key. It is that key with the anima symbol. Yeah, these keys. These open certain doors in the Thea, but it's kind of really mystical. It kind of like, not go looking for it. It kind of presents itself to you. And, well, you go in, you gotta try and finish the game, and well, you get out, get the prize at the end, you kind of get out. Whoever made this place, let me tell you, is a fucked up individual. Very old.
Out of character. This sounds like the plot of Sword Art Online. But in character, what is this prize?
We're not sure. My ancestors came here a long time ago. And unfortunately, well, I was born here. But they do have their diaries. We still have them somewhere locked in our vaults. Yeah, get all old and fucky. But yeah, I don't know what it is. But recently, and he points outwards where those beam of lights are spreading outwards. Yeah, that place activated. And seeing you guys here, I'm assuming this has something to do with you? Do with all of you?
Well, that Warforged is in that direction. I suspect that he probably did something to activate it.
Yep, I think you're right. Well, this is interesting. Okay. So tell me, what's it like out there recently? I unfortunately never got the chance to go out. My ancestors did, but I didn't. What's Sathea like outside the obelisk?
I could tell you stories, but I could do you one better. You may be interested in leaving this place?
Yeah. All of us
Well,
are.
If you help us find my daughter, then I suspect that the exit is wherever this game leads us. Frankly, I am not interested in the prize. I can't speak for the rest of my companions.
That's good to know.
So, if there is a prize, you can have it.
And you see, Zelcha's like, yeah, she said she doesn't speak for the rest of us. I would love to I don't know what, I don't really care what it is. I just kind of want to get my hands on it. He's like, oh, understandable. Yeah. Sorry for all this. This is a little weird. But hey, I'm an open book. So you have any questions? Sure, you can ask me. And I'll answer them to the best of my abilities.
Why is
Have
it
you
your
ever heard the name
custom to
Priest?
shackle new people?
I'm very talented, but hearing two people at once is really
Yeah.
difficult. Yes, you, fair hair boy.
Why is it your custom to shackle people?
Not really accustomed to shackle people because you are the first people we've seen in quite a while. Also, you came here armed to the teeth. So whatever my hunt leader did, I'm pretty sure she was just taking precautions. Don't take it so personally. Trust me, you'll live longer.
So instead, it's you see new people who are nowhere near your civilization with weapons, and your choice is to shackle them and bring them to you.
I mean, and also you guys are out there with magical items. That's the only reason why the worms attacked you. You couldn't take any chances to lose our people, you know? Unfortunately, we had to shackle you, and from what I heard, it was only one person who was shackled, so you had your hands free. And if you're casting magic, I'm pretty sure you don't need whatever you had to cast it. Or maybe you do. I don't really know how magic works.
Sorry, just to be clear, did they take our weapons from us? Or did we just...
They did take them. Like they actually they actually put everything in a pile. The only person who kept their stuff was a shield. You have a shield, and that was it.
Because the
you can call it back as you want to.
Yeah. No, the hammer would have disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that happened.
Okay. No, I hadn't realized that either.
Yeah, Rakan would have flipped his shit with that.
Oh well, we got there now. We got our shit back, right?
Sure.
Got our shit back, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. You can have your stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We're cool. You know, cool is good.
So you say that even walking across the desert with these magical items would attract the worms?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's why they came toward you.
They're not a big worry, I don't think.
Put all your people in danger.
Say it one more time, Bastion.
Would not bringing them all here put your people in danger?
You see, we have some countermeasures to those. We noticed that there's certain sounds they don't like. Yeah.
Can you show me these sounds?
I'm not one of the ones.
Talking.
Huh?
Is the sound they do not like Eva talking?
Oh, see, okay, you're not so scary. You know, once you get the chance, you break down the exterior, and you're all right. Okay. That was pretty funny. No, but it's sort of like a high pitched frequency. It's I don't really know how to do it. We got
So Zeltron screaming.
Hey, I didn't scream, okay? I was listening.
Can you show us the place where these sounds are produced?
Sure. There's a few of them around here anyway. There's people. Some of our people can actually are able to I guess like something in the throat. I'm not really sure how they do it, but they're able to vibrate at a certain frequency. It's really weird.
I may be able to emulate it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Is the sound... Is this at a frequency that only certain people can hear?
Yeah, it doesn't fuck with me. Doesn't seem to bother anyone else in the village.
How old is Rakan? Physically.
Physically, like 19, 20.
Okay. Can Rakan hear it?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, for Rakan, right?
For Rakan,
yeah. The elf
Okay.
can hear it.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
No, because there's a certain frequency that people over 30 can't hear.
but I don't
So
think
that's
that
what
would
I'm
apply
getting
to
at.
elves with their elven hearing things, especially with 28 perception checks.
I got 22.
Me too. You try and focus on some nondescript sound, pretty much. You know, just you're looking for any change in the air. You hear something faint. It's not close. It seems really far below you. And you know, you watch as Corvius is okay. Yeah. I don't really know how it works. You know, I kind of just, you know, I'm pretty good at logistics. But well, hey, you guys, you know, Mikasa Sukasa. You want to do your thing here, you guys can relax. At night though, we have a little thing called a gathering, you know. If you guys want to we sit around and eat, be merry, tell stories, and quite frankly, I believe your stories, whatever they might be, would be amazing to the people. I'm not sure if you know. Oh, okay, hey. If you don't want to tell it, it's fine. But it would be awesome.
I think all of us would look to Lovia, really. She probably doesn't want to sit and hang about, but tries to.
Do we actually need to talk through our message things, or can we do it like mentally?
Yeah, I was just wondering that.
You could do it mentally.
Okay.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna tell the party through the messaging thing, if they will help, if getting on their good side will help us cross the desert, I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Very well.
I think
Where might-
understanding
Sorry, go on, Bastien.
no, I think understanding this frequency that repels the worms will be useful, and learning more about this game, if it is the only way to leave this place. We will need to, once we rescue Calais, get out somehow.
Volkan, what do you think?
Well, we know nothing of their culture. We have no idea what they'll do if they leave the obelisk.
I don't care if they leave. I want to leave.
That's
They
I
can stay.
don't want to stay here either, Bastion.
Yeah.
But who knows what they'll do when they're out.
I agree. If they can help us find Calais, then they're probably in our best interest. Also, we all need rest. We need food. Perhaps we can stock up on things before we leave.
We have a lot of items to replace.
Yes. A crazy stroke of luck with that. It's as if God.
Things are useful.
It's as if God chose to take a piss on us. I don't understand. But I don't know. Maybe after being in the city, just going back to just being around a fire and sitting under the stars could be nice. For a chance. We never get this chance
There's
again.
stars?
Well, I would hope so. There were stars in the forest biome.
Okay.
I'll turn to the man whose name I've forgotten. I'm really sorry.
Corvus, it's okay. I know.
Corvus.
Forgettable. I know.
No, Nalfia's name is but yeah. Where might we go to take rest?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, fair. I know you're still out there, even though I told you to leave. You see the door swing open, and she kind of pokes her head in. Yes, please, just show our guests to their chambers. They need some rest, and I don't know. I know one of them wants to speak to one of the frequencies. You know, the thing. Yes, okay. Well, we can take them. Great. Please, if you're not going to enjoy your drinks, you're gonna drink your drinks, no? You know?
Oh, neck mine.
Okay, great. I love a person who can drink.
Is it alcohol?
It is.
I'll win.
I'm just gonna slide it over to Bastion.
What is it?
It's like it's a pretty sweet tasting alcohol. You see as you neck it down, you get hints of different herbs and a few of the spices that you really can't pinpoint here. You assume that this is grown natively, of course. This is done natively, distilled natively.
It tastes a little medicinal.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of miss Scotch, but this is the only shit we can make here. And after a
So
while,
he's been out.
he's not been out, but there have been things that have been
That he's brought. Through.
that have been brought through. Yeah, maybe maybe we'll share some stories. Eventually, I can tell you about my ancestors and some of the people that have come here. A lot of them, a lot of us. Many of my ancestors were stuck here, and well, a lot of us just want to go home. Even though this is technically our home, we want to get out of here.
Do you know where your ancestors come from in Athea?
All over. Is Kutan still around? Make a history check.
I
Yeah. Make a
I
history
made the
check.
fucking map, and yet I don't know.
Everyone make history checks.
Proficient in history.
Yeah.
Actually,
22.
It's
all right. Actually, can I bust out the journal?
okay.
All right, that is a history. That's a 19 for Alovia, and Volkman got a whole whopping 6.
He don't care about that. He care about his daughter. But you all, most of you, maybe not Rakan. What was your history of Rakan? Or you didn't make it. You're just like,
No, mine was low.
no, it was okay. But you all immediately recognize this Kutan as the lost city that was destroyed during the war and then rebuilt, to what is now Rivermirth.
Aha. I would relay that information to him. So unfortunately, the city fell, but it was rebuilt. The city it was rebuilt into is the city that we were, well, that some of us would call home now, I guess. Certainly where we all met.
Really?
Close enough.
My
Attempt to explain to him the travel method that we met upon. But we got to Rivenworth.
So you're saying there's like a car, a terror car? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's what we were in originally was a train, I think, but sure.
The train and
Big metal box on rails, and then big smaller metal box on wheels.
that's
It's a very exciting journey.
that sounds really dangerous.
It's like a horse and carriage without the horse.
Without the horse. Oh. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm sure you guys are tired. Maybe you'll regale us later with your stories and things, and maybe we can draw these things. I would love to see them. But please, you see Nyafir is standing ready, and she's please. I'll take you down to the lower level of the fortress, where you guys can find some rooms. We have some barracks in there, just in case for anything happening.
As I guess as for leaving, or as everybody else is leaving, Olivia will turn to the dude. So, what would you do if you left here?
Shit. Well, first I'd have some scotch. Second of all, probably travel. The sand is boring. It gets everywhere. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's useful every now and again, but look at this. And he points outside. It's beautiful. For the first few years you see it. And then, well, it's nothing. The most interesting thing that's happened is that, and he points to the beams of light that are just spearing the sky. I would probably travel.
Are those new?
Oh yeah. It's been rather quiet for years. And well, guys sure know how to bring a welcome wagon. Whatever the fuck that is. And words? What? I don't know. There's a lot of interesting things happening. Um, but my lady, that's what I would do. I would travel.
I think I would do the same.
I would hope so. But please, enjoy your, I guess enjoy your stay here. You know, for how brief it may be. He goes back to his desk and yeah, Urkon.
Before I get shown to my chambers, I want to go out to. Is it the size of a town or a city?
It's like a small town. It's like a halvesy between like a town and a city. But it's like mostly tents and like some like pueblos, kind of like that.
Okay, yeah, I want to go out into the town, and kind of look for anyone who has any animals.
Okay, you're looking for like okay. Give me an investigation check.
17.
17. You walk around the town a bit as you see people kind of giving you an odd look as you walk by, but they're mostly like studying you and they're quite interested in you know what you're about. But as you're walking around, you begin to hear this strange like shrill squawk sound, like happening and like in a cacophony of them. You kind of follow the sound around until you see a stable filled with those desert chickens. they're like you know, large like white plumage, but they have also at the top of their heads these red feathers and like red tip feathers. And they're quite large. It's a small like, stable of them.
I'll try and find the owner.
Okay. It doesn't take you too far as you as you walk in. You see an older gentleman. His beard is long and gray. But you see like his age has kind of caused him to kind of like lose some height. But he's like kind of still wrapped up. And as you walk in, it's kind of like it's a stone build, like mud stone building. As you walk in, as he looks up at you. Hello.
Hi. Do you care for these creatures?
The ray fowl, yes. They are quite friendly, despite how they look.
Do you treat them well?
I treat them fine. I feed them, clean their pens.
Do your people treat them well?
Yes. Although if one perhaps goes lame, could be used to be fed.
The types of animals that your people take care of or have here?
There are a few, but mostly they're small pets. Snakes, lizards, and sorts.
I'll take out Lizzie from my pocket. And
Her remains.
her bones. And just have her like in my hand. Could you take care of this?
Interesting. He kind of holds his hand out. He's gonna make an animal handling check. He holds his hand out, and you see as he kind of extends this wrinkly hand, he kind of flips it over as he produces like a small little you see it's like a ball of like it looks like a little bit like paste and insects, and he holds it out to Lizzie. Lizzie kind of like cocks its head before quickly snapping it up. He does like this sound as he kind of like leans forward and scratches the chin. You hear Lizzie kind of like coo and does like this weird like lizard like purr. And then he like scoops his hand under as Lizzie kind of runs its tail, like wraps his tail around his arm and climbs up to like his forearm. It's a good girl. This is a nice. This is nice. Where did you get it? What do you call it?
Its name is Lizzie. Pronouns they them. And I saved them from a life of enslavement.
That was nice of you. It's very good. And you're willing to part with it?
My travels are dangerous, so I never planned on keeping her for this long. I've been looking for a place to let her live.
Oh. Well, I've been looking for something else to occupy my time. Sure, I'll keep it. See Lizzie kind of like crawls around, and the tail hangs loosely over his chest. Then like Lizzie kind of turns his head and looks towards you, and it kind of turns its head with its eyes to get a full look upon you. Did you want to say anything to Lizzie?
I'll just like scratch her under her chin. I won't say anything, but
Okay.
she'll know.
uh, it purrs and leans into the scratch. Before you see the old man with a small, like weakly smile, and then sits back. This is quite nice of you. If you ever need any of the Rayfowl, you may use them.
Thank you. Tell me, sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Yolan is my name.
Tell me, of what are your people's traditions?
We don't have much of traditions. We mostly like to speak of stories of, well, the outside. Many of our ancestors came from there. And well, we are a people of dreamers. Every night, we gather around and speak the stories out in the center. That is it.
Would you want to reclaim your home?
This is our home.
No, your home outside of the obelisk.
For my ancestors, it was their home, but for me, I was born here. I know nothing other than this.
Do you think your people share the same views?
Possibly. I don't think this place is all that bad. Dangerous, but not that bad once you learn to navigate it. But I'm sure there are some that will want to leave, and there's others, this is all they know.
Your leader, Corvus, he seems like he wants to leave quite badly and go travel.
Orbius is a dreamer. Always was. There's many a time that a few of the guards from here would catch him playing in the sands. I can't blame the boy.
What's your opinion on Nympha?
Very strong. Very dutiful. She looks to the safety of this place before all else, even herself. She loves this place.
Thank you for your time, Yul, and I'll leave you to your evening.
Please, enjoy yourself. This place, albeit maybe for some from an outsider, may be limited, but there is a bit of beauty here.
beauty everywhere if you can see it.
Very much so. Thank you. I did not get your name.
My name is Rock and Debris.
Oh,
Just say Slim Shady.
clever. Well, I hope to maybe see you around.
I'll head back to my boudoir.
All right. You head back. As the rest of the party, Niafer brings you into. They descend the stairs when if the Rakan breaks off. She goes the opposite direction, deeper into the fortress. As she brings you to a singular room, but you see, like as she said that, as they said that these are barracks that have been kind of cleared out. And they're like bunk beds above each other, but there is a pretty nice view. There's a writing desk in here, as well as a few chests as well for storing things. Inside, on the barracks themselves, there are like different canopies, for a little bit of privacy. Albeit, how much privacy can there be in barracks? But being able to, you get like a nice little window view to the outside and to the not to the center, but a little bit off kilter. It's like one of those terrible apartments where you just see another building out your window, which is kind of like what you see. And the affair leads you in. Well, here are your barracks, here are your rooms. And she kind of focuses for a second before she looks to you, Olovia. I don't have a child of my own, but I am sorry for what you are going through. I did not mean any ill will behind what I did. I do not know you.
I
That is all.
understand.
She nods and turns to leave. It's not before long, as you're all sitting in there, before Rakan returns. Do you do anything at all, or?
I want to go check out them Thiggin folk.
Okay.
And then we should probably also just look to general resupply. I'll like grab the Ava to come with me. As all our food is ruined.
Yes, and between myself and Bastion, I feel like one of us is going to be able to replicate this noise.
Okay.
By magical tinkering, I can make something that will replicate a nonverbal sound.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't require continuous casting, right?
Okay.
Not magical tinkering. Once it's created, it exists.
No, I meant like as long as the sound doesn't require
Oh,
continuous casting. If we find out they're casting a spell, that's why I'm coming along. Just in case they're
it's
casting
an
a spell
actual spell,
instead. Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Let's go visit the singers.
Okay.
They were singing, right? Well, or something like that.
It's something like that, yeah. Give me investigation checks, both of you, because you didn't get the directions to where they are.
Oh, I mean, yeah, or we'll just stop a random person nearby, but I'd attempt to intimidate the directions with a nat 1, and then I will make an investigation check for 18.
There you go.
Okay, great. Yeah, you find a as you're you leave the barracks and you get to walk around, you see a strange stone with markings on it. As you kind of look around, looking at the markings, you come to realize that these are written in Draconic. Does anyone speak Draconic? Or you can once you're.
I can if no, I've discovered that I've been cheating, and no, I can't. I've been cheating on Yeva since day 1, and I only discovered recently that I can't. No, I would have to change spells.
Okay.
I don't have comprehend languages prepared because I thought all ritual spells could be cast without being in your spellbook.
Oh yeah.
As rituals, and then discovered that that's only a wizard thing.
Clerics gotta have them prepared, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I can't cast thing, but do I speak Draconic? No, I do not.
Okay.
Can't speak a word of that. Sorry, son.
Common and primordial.
Okay.
Sorry. What race is the majority of the people?
It's a mixing pot, but you see like you saw like some halflings, some gnomes, you saw some other dragonborns, you saw some humans. You see, it's just a mixing here.
Right, and the guy that we spoke to, what was he?
He's a halfling. However, you kind of just like pick a direction. Like as you like look and you see that you kind of like get to just like, okay, this is pointing toward back out to the tent city. Let's just go this way.
As I said, we'll probably stop people if we don't know where we're going.
Yeah.
We'll stop somebody and hey, do you know where
But
the frequency singers are?
As you are making your way, you begin to see that the amount of people that begin to pass you are a bit more armored than some of the regular civilians that walk around. And you can give me a perception check here.
Okie dokie, with actual dice. Well, fuck me. Should we get rid of the dice as well? Can I roll with Miego's dice?
I got a 13 phalanx, got a 17.
Okay.
I got a 10 with a +8.
Okay. So yeah, you're too busy looking at the architecture and all types of shit and people looking around. But Phalanx kind of nudges you, Bastion. As you kind of catch a glimpse of it also. You see a room off to the side as you've descended a little bit into the fortress as it goes beneath the first floor, and you come there's like a metal door, and as you like walk up to it, you begin to, you don't hear anything, but you feel like a small little tremor behind this door.
I believe we found it. And I'll knock on the door.
You do so, and the tremor stops. Door opens. You see this woman. Her head is like, she's like completely wrapped up though. And as she looks out, and she like, her face kind of, her eyes kind of flash as she realizes you're the ones from the desert.
Indeed.
Um,
Corvus sent us.
Oh, he sent you. Oh, then please. Opening the door, you see that there are other people in here. You see two other armored gentlemen that's kind of standing in the corner, arms folded. They seem like they're protecting whatever they have to protect, you know, the last line of defense or whatever they might be. But as you walk into this room, that's in the center, there is a singular table, but then you see that the room itself splinters off into multiple corridors, and there is an immediate larger corridor right in the center. As down the corridor, you can see that there is a what looks to be like a well. You see, she kind of folds her arms and then pulls back her hood. And as she does, you see that there's just these sky blue like tresses that begin to fall out from beneath. And her skin is like a slight pale blue. As she looks up, so Corvus sent you for what?
We asked that we could learn this worm song to protect ourselves in the desert.
Oh.
And he agreed to give us access.
Oh. Well. Okay. It's pretty difficult to learn, but only a few of us can do it. Usually requires a bit of training in order to properly tune our vocal cords to do this.
I don't think we're seeking to replicate it in the same manner you do, but more with magics innate to ourselves.
Oh. Okay.
To attempt to build a machine to do so.
Machine. Okay. Well, please, can you let us try? You see as they all form a circle as they begin to enter into this meditative trance. And they focus. You hear a big intake from all of them in unison before there's an exhale. Simultaneously, all of them open their mouths as you, standing in the center of this, so close to this, so close to the focal. I need con saves, please.
All right. There we go. 19.
15. Because I still haven't remembered to use my own dice.
Okay. Yes. Easy enough. You feel like your insides are like quaking on some level. And it makes you like slightly nauseous and queasy, but you stay off that. You've been through worse. What do you two want to try and do? You said you want to see if it's magic that they're doing, correct? Yeva?
Yeah.
Give me an Arcana check here, please.
It's a 14.
Okay.
Because I still haven't remembered to use my own dice.
14. And Bastion, what do you want to try and do here?
So I want to use my magical tinkering to imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, and that being a non-verbal sound. So to just make the same tone, sound, whatever that these people are singing, to just constantly emit that sound, so that it will hopefully repel the worms.
Okay.
I got my little tinker tools and
okay. You've been
tiny spring and a little bow.
Nice.
Tiny little device.
You begin to set it as it begins to slightly glow and pulsate, as it begins to try and absorb the sound that's happening. For your Arcana check, you get a sense of something as the sound is pulsing through and beginning to like infiltrate your mind and your body. You can feel that there is some magic to it. You feel a sense of transmutation. Perhaps the vocal cords were altered in some way in order to do this. But whatever was done to it, it's not like they're casting a spell each time. This is from what you get, this is mostly proper breath and voice control.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can cheat that.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and use 2 different forms of thaumaturgy simultaneously.
Okay.
The first to create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of my choice within range, such as the rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, etc. To create said ominous sound. And we'll see if that works.
Okay. So you want to try use thaumaturgy to create? Okay. So
create a sound similar to that sound and see if that is similar enough.
Okay, so give me a perception check so that you can kind of lock onto this frequency. You feel it, but to produce it in that way is a little different.
That's 19.
Okay. So as you're listening to it and you begin to focus, you close your eyes and inhale, and then you begin to focus out as you begin to try and produce the sound. Give me a wisdom check.
Okay. That is also 19.
Nice. So as you begin to produce it, you hear at first that the sound seems a little bit off key and off tone, but as you look at the rest of them, you see like some of them are beginning to wince, and you recognize, okay, let me just fix it slightly. And as you do it, it's a subtle change, but eventually it falls in line with the rest. And as it does, you feel that you have acquired the sound, that you can produce it with thaumaturgy.
And was Bastion also able to acquire said sound?
Yeah, Bastion was successful in acquiring the sound.
Fantastic. So between the two of us, we can alternate this at necessary times. Thaumaturgy doesn't actually require concentration, but it doesn't last very long, so I'm assuming that I won't be casting other things during that time.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So if I needed it to cover my own magic, I'd need Bastion to be doing it and vice versa.
Yeah, he'll make kind of like a tiny little music box that he can open and close to turn it on and off.
Nice. You just and close it. Just the call of Cthulhu. Oh, again.
Set it right behind the crest on Phalanx, so I could just like look like I'm scratching the back of his neck. Pop it open.
Nice. All right.
Just be the bastion of sound.
Perfect. So you
Safety.
as they see that you might have got what you've come for, you see they all kind of focus. They all stop simultaneously, and the possibly the leader, the conductor of this, she kind of steps forward. Did you acquire what you needed?
I think so. Thank you very much for your assistance. It's most appreciated. You must be very well trained to do this for so long each day.
Yes, we train constantly. We also do this in alternating shifts to make sure to
There's
protect
always somebody singing.
the well. Yes.
I have a lot of respect for people that can give up so much for their people. I admire you.
Thank you.
I don't suppose I might ask a more mundane question.
Yes.
At this time of day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is there somewhere we might acquire some supplies for the road?
Yes.
Food, perhaps some blankets, etc.
I'm sure. In the center, there are many. Usually, we don't, of course, don't have trade here. We work for the good of everybody. So I'm sure, if you were to go there and ask for help or anything, they would probably assist you.
Thank
We have
you
a
very much.
we have a blacksmith. We have a seamstress. There are many things out there.
Appreciate it. I'm mostly looking for a bedroll and some food, but that works. Yes. And with that, we shall take our leave, if that's okay.
You may.
Well, unless Bastian had anything else to ask. But...
You said protect the well. Is it just a water well?
No. And I can see that you're curious. Come. She begins to bring you to the well. You see the other two guards kind of stand and they furrow their brows, but they step back. She puts her hands up. Don't worry. And she begins to lead you into the back. As you guys step back into the corridor, you hear them begin to sing again. As you walk over to the well, and she steps to the side, and if you look into it, you can see that at the bottom, you look out, you see this decanter that's constantly it's currently off, but you see it's in the center of a pool of water. You see she looks over and her eyes flash this blue as she whispers, and then water begins to geyser out of the decanter once more. This is the only piece of magic that we have. It's what allows us to survive. Left by our ancestors, it is the single most important thing.
Let's see.
Fortunately, it's a beacon for the worms.
Attracted by magic as they are.
Yes.
You need it, and yet it brings you danger.
Indeed.
You've adapted well as a people.
We tried. This is our home. Hope this suffices for your care. She gives us a gentle bow. And she begins to lead you back out. She begins to lead you back out of the still door. And the songs continue. As you guys are able to walk around and whatever you need to do. And we'll give a quick flash over as Rakan returns to the barracks. Yes, Bastion, what you want to do?
No. I'm giving Rakan finger guns.
Okay. As Rakan returns to the barracks, where Volkan and Alovia are. While Volkan and Alovia were by themselves, what were you two doing? Were you redawning, or what were you doing? Is there any conversation you'd like to have with Volkan?
Well, she doesn't really need to don anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm worried about Rakan.
Yes. I do not know who this foolhardy, this bullish nature comes from.
I'm not worried. Well, I'm not exactly worried about that. That I can deal with. It just... I know that he wants to protect people for the good. And that's a good thing, of course, but his first assumption is always that we can't let anything loose, otherwise they go on a mass murdering spree. He has no faith in others.
He has faith in us, and perhaps that's enough for him.
Perhaps, but I can't... Perhaps I'm growing soft, but I pity these people. I think they deserve to leave this terrible place.
Yes. I believe they do too. These people are... They remind me a lot of home. Living for each other. Living to get by. Surviving. It's... makes me nostalgic. I look at some of these people and I remember us in the mountains. I remember the cold air on my chin. I remember us trekking through the snow. Simpler time.
Sorry, Bastion yawning just really got me. But
A weird sleep schedule last couple days.
but I can't fault Rakan. He has a good heart. What he does is in the best interest of everybody, but
It is not. It is not. He almost got himself killed. In turn, almost getting the rest of us killed. There are ways to go about doing what he did. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you go off half-cocked. None of us were in position to help him. If he had died, what then? A quick restart? No. I understand he may be all-powerful or soon to be all-powerful. But there are ways of doing things. We are a team. What if something happened to Zelchin? It was just him two in front of Palthanel. And as he says that, the door opens and Rakan returns. And he looks over his shoulder with a sharp glare toward Rakan. And Zelchin kind of, ooh, shit. What the hell? He like leans over and whistles to Rakan. What the hell did we walk into?
One day you're gonna have to play Zelchin in the campaign, Kira. He's just got such perfect little remarks for times. He just looks in, oh shit!
I'll walk over. Is there a problem?
I don't know. You see, he's like, Welcome, looks down. Yes, have a seat. I think we do need to talk.
I'm fine standing.
No. I understand that you believe that there's some way of doing things. Maybe albeit with nature or not sure. There's times I have a hard time figuring how your mind works. But there is one thing that you need to understand. My family is at stake. What you did with the dragon is unnecessary. You put yourself in danger, and you know my wife. She would die for you. She would step forward just like she did today and fight back. It is unfair of you just go ahead, do something so foolish as to attack the dragon without saying anything to either of us.
Did your wife ever talk to us about her deal that she made with him?
That's not the problem.
Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't a conversation any of us had.
It might have been a conversation that we had, but truthfully, you don't even know her true motives. You didn't ask her. And
she didn't offer to give it.
you see, he narrows his eyes, and then you hear him speak into your mind. We also have these. If you were so curious as to what she was wondering or thinking about, you should have just spoke to us.
Yeah. We have these. Why didn't she tell us telepathically what she was planning?
So that excuses you. That excuses you striking a dragon without any of us in a strategical position?
I did it so that he wouldn't get out.
Okay. Do you understand if she even wanted to let him out himself? Maybe she was playing her own game.
Well, if she is, then maybe next time she can let us know. Did she let you know?
That doesn't matter. That does not matter.
It only matters if I do it, right?
That's not the point here. She did not attack the dragon or start a fight. Maybe she wanted to shift into a proper strategical position.
To free him into
That's
the
enough.
outside world where he could do anything
Ken,
at all.
stop.
Not to mention that she made a deal with him that she couldn't even fulfill because she might not even be alive a year
Rakan,
later.
stop. It's not going to get us anywhere arguing. All right?
Volkan stands up.
Rakan,
Volkan stands
the
up.
point.
Hold on. Volkan stands up. He gets like really close to Rakan. And Zelchin, whoa, big guy. Gets really close. Listen. We don't get restarts. My daughter is out there. Our daughter is out there. And as he does, he kind of just looks you up and down and then brushes past and walks out.
You're not the only one trying to save her.
Door slams.
Rakan, I'm worried for you. It's, well, kind of has to do something with that, but I don't want you dying. And I care about you, and it pushed me into a lot of distress seeing you get hurt.
Well, all of us could die. That's the risk you take when you try and do stuff like this. We're all at risk.
Did what I just say go right over your head?
Anyone want any more of that herbal alcohol? I think I'm gonna go.
Explain it again to me if I've missed the point.
I don't want you putting yourself in danger. I mean, I know that it's something that may be necessary sometimes, but at least let me know before you do.
With in what sense have I put myself in unnecessary danger?
Name me a time you.
Because like she like is it something recent that I've done?
You tried picking a fight with that Dragon Ball.
She asked for a 1v1. And she couldn't even do that. She came to us aggressive.
And what Volkan is angry about.
Yeah, he's angry because I don't know. I don't agree with anything he said, to be honest, but he couldn't even stay here and have a conversation about it.
Never seen that angry before, at least not in a very, very long time.
I'm just gonna walk away into my bedroom.
I guess I shall go find Volcon.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Volkan left also.
Right, okay, thank you.
As you go into into the little area, little bedroom for you, Rakan, you see Zelchin kind of turns back. Hey, who wants a little drinky? He comes with little crystal stem glasses again. I found him off of a nice lady, out in the main center area pretty quick. He kind of hands it over to you. I think it's a good time to have a drink.
Crystal stone.
It's like the crystal glasses, like stemware.
Are
Okay,
not quartz, raw quartz.
Yeah.
sure, I'll take it and neck it.
Yeah, he's just not better. We just all get to calm down, let Elovia go, let Elovia Volcan do their thing, and just chill. Feel the breeze, feel that nice sand air.
I appreciate it, babe, but it's not gonna do anything to me. I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is.
Hey. Okay, listen, all right? I know. I understand. And I'm a little inclined. I see where both of you are coming from. I don't want to straddle the fence here. A little warning would be better next time. At least if you're not going to tell them, tell me. This way I can get in a position and maybe protect you a little bit. That's all. Just say it.
Warn you about what?
If you're gonna hit, maybe later on in the future, if you hit a dragon with magma while everyone's not in position.
I didn't have time to just announce it to everyone.
I
had to act before the door opened and he fucking flew out.
I mean, you could have given me the eye signal or something. I'm still saying, babe, it's okay. Just woosah. Calm down. Yeah. You guess another drink, or maybe you want to maybe take a little nap or something. Yeah. But let everyone cool down. It'll be fine.
I'm just gonna walk out and just walk out of the whole building and just wander.
All right. You leave Zelchin kind of looking there like, pretty much as you exit out. What was your investigation check, Olivia?
14.
It takes you a little bit. You don't know this place at all, but you hear the familiar sounds of grunting and sword hitting something. You say, "Oh, I know those grunts," and you kind of make the left, and you see Volkan striking a training dummy.
Yes, I hear those grunts very often.
Yeah, he's like striking a training dummy. Just you hear him.
I guess I'll sit. Or is there a place to sit? I'm assuming there's
Yeah, you can cop a squat. Yeah.
rock. Yeah. So yeah, I guess Olivia will just sit on the side and wait until he's ready to talk,
Mm-hmm. You see as he's he's still slashing the dummy, and his eyes kind of you see that his brow was very furrowed and his eyes are very narrow, but you see every so often his eye kind of flits to the side. You see his strikes get a little weaker as he just kind of looks at you and just stabs the sword in the ground. He's kind of doused in sweat, and you see as you kind of look around, because you come in the corner, you kind of focus on him. You see a lot of the other people that were kind of back here training kind of give a weird wide berth, okay. Especially since you're the only two Goliaths in this place.
I'm gonna motion for him to come sit in front of me on the floor.
Reluctantly, he kind of moves over. He's in that mode where he want to keep staying. He wants to stay angry, but it's a lot more energy to let it go, to hold on to it than let it go. He sits down and just like his head just like rests in like in your crotch. He's just gonna.
Yeah, Olivia's gonna start brushing his hair. With her fingers.
Mm-hmm. Takes a sharp
I know
inhale.
I shouldn't.
Oh, he takes a sharp inhale. Yeah.
I know I shouldn't say this, but I don't think I have the right to say this, but I'm starting to get a bit frustrated.
Was it me?
Oh no. It's just Rockend is so fucking dense. I shouldn't say it, but I feel like it's just really starting to wear me down.
At the same time, what can we expect from a demigod? It's hard for him to understand the trifles of mortals, I assume. I would hope that Zeltron maybe break through it, but Zeltron is probably not trying to pinpoint that. He's probably more excited that his boyfriend can probably, in the future, crush us all with a whim.
It's not really that. It's just I don't think he realizes that every single time he puts himself into danger, he's putting me into danger.
No, definitely doesn't.
Well, and I don't necessarily mean that by, our enemy is going to start attacking us, but rather, I care for him. He's a good person. He wants to do what's best.
Yeah, I know. It's just frustrating.
Zeltron is another story. If Zeltron does something stupid, that's his own fault. But
Zeltron is nothing to worry. He's just, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's a kid. He's a kid with frightening accuracy, but everything else is a little bit. Oof. Was I wrong in yelling at him?
I don't think it's ever right to yell at somebody, but I understand your frustrations.
I don't know how long it's been since I've been angry. I just, after, in that place, and I saw him attacking, and then I saw what he was doing to everybody. Calais flashed in front of my eyes, and then you flashed in front of my eyes. Everybody flashed in front of my eyes. I saw Lotharis. And it's just, and I think I began to think that this is where it ends. This is it. And I can't lose. I don't want to lose you again. And I definitely don't want to die before not seeing my daughter again. I don't know. I just want to get out of this place. I just want to go home.
I don't really say anything. I just continue, brushing my fingers through his hair, hoping that it kind of calms him down. I think everybody's upset, but there is no telling him that what he did was wrong.
No. As you said, he's as dense. His name is Rakan. Rakan Debris.
Don't repeat that. Just pretend I didn't say it.
Uh,
I'm just voicing my frustrations.
I know discretion. Don't worry.
It makes me feel bad when you repeat it like that.
Sorry. He exhales again and just kind of closes his eyes as he lets the feeling of your fingers brushing through his hair kind of take him into a calmer place. And I'll leave you there as we rejoin Ava and Bastion. I assumed you guys had gone out to the center, or where'd you guys go?
Yeah, we're just looking to get rations, blankets, bedrolls, and a tent. It's
Okay.
nothing exciting. At least from Raven's perspective, I don't know if Bastion has any other items he's missing. Oh, and a water skin and some rope. Yeah, because those.
I was
also
carrying all
useful.
my gear, so I'm fine. But yeah, some water, skins, some rope, some sleeping accoutrements for y'all, and some food for y'all.
Yeah. You managed to gather most of that stuff. They don't really ask you for anything in terms of like trading wise. As
I
they
would give them something anyway.
What would you give them?
Well, I've got a couple of small carvings that Natharis gave me. A couple little wooden carvings.
Okay.
And perhaps like if there's anything I notice they haven't got. So for example, perhaps an ink pen.
Yeah.
Perhaps I've got a couple of metal tankards. Might give them one of those.
Yeah.
Things that they wouldn't have that they might find interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
in return take the things that are useful.
they take those things very very happily. Most of them. You see as you leave, they take some of the carvings and put them on shelves and things. But yeah, as they as you managed to get the stuff. Rakan, where did you go? Did you just you went to like a remote area of the place? You look for like a remote area to go, or?
Yeah, probably like the edge of town.
Okay, yeah. You're able to go to the edge of town, and as you walk there, you see that there is a small like little ladder that leads to like the wall to overlook some of the desert. Like you went pretty further out there. Will you climb the ladder or no?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you begin to climb the ladder and find yourself as you get up there, you see that there are a few more guards that are watching the ladder. They have their bows and arrows, and as you climb up there, they kind of look at you strangely. What are you doing here? How can we help you?
No. And I'll just because I don't want to be like around people.
Yeah.
I just want to be like.
Yeah, there's like a little section you can like kind of like fuck off to and like be by yourself.
Yeah.
They look at as you just like say it's like a no. Okay. And you walk up to the little section and you can see like the entirety of the desert as like the sun is mostly gone down, and the nuclear sky, the orange begins to spill out into the blue. You can see just the first twinkling of stars. You sit out there for quite a while until you begin to hear drums coming from the center of town, and kind of remember that Corvius mentioned the gathering that happens.
Yeah, I'll just like ignore it, and I'm just gonna like sit there, legs crossed, with my quarterstaff in front of me, and I just wanna like sand will start like rotating around me. I just want to meditate for a while, and then after that, I'll take one of those elven long rests.
Okay. Go into your reverie.
The sand thing is part of my I have a version of mage armor where it's +2 to AC, but I become lightly obscured by sand. It's just never been useful before, so I thought I'd at least use the flavor of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I feel you. Yeah, you get your reverie. As everyone else begins to hear the drum, what do you do?
Bastion will go check out the drums.
Is this post-rest or pre-rest?
This is post-rest.
Oh, okay, cool. I will do the resting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I considered you guys being in long rests of that, but you guys have been there for quite a while. I'll take a long rest now.
If I've gone back at any point to the same point as Alovia, and Volkan, I would sort of wave these other 2 tents at them, and perhaps they might take one each, or maybe Bastion might take one. A, so that we don't lose all our supplies simultaneously.
Yeah.
And B, because I can't carry 180 pounds of tent on my back.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. Lovia and
Wimp.
I actually have a 2-person tent on my person.
Oh, okay.
We just always use Lovia's 10-person tent.
Right, I will get rid of one then. Well, I'll get rid of 2 because Lovia's gonna take the other one, right? So yeah, okay, cool.
Wait, did you get one for Rockhand and Zeltron?
Rockan and Zeltron, yourself and Volkan,
Okay.
and me and Bastion. That was my logic.
Just making sure. But yeah, I think Alovia would try to reconvene. She would go towards the drums, hoping that shouldn't be there, and she would kind of get maybe against his will, probably physically drag Vogon with her.
Oh, Volkan? Yeah. It's not you don't have to do too much pushing. He kind of eventually relents after having his hair combed by his wife. He's like, all right, fine.
Yeva would attend.
Okay, you attend. Bastion, you said you're attending, correct?
Yep.
Zeltron will come too. He's like, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's gonna be food, drinking. Sure. I'm going. You guys begin to walk out into the center of town when you see that there is this large pit of fire that has been constructed. And you see that there are many people that are that are surrounding the fire. So you see Corvus kind of in the center. You see he's walking and talking, as also Niafir is a little bit she's like amongst the crowd, sitting down. And as you all begin to kind of filter in, you see she kind of just clocks all of you. Not untrusting, but she's just looking at you. As you all walk in, as Corvus says, "Oh, that's the water, guys. Please, I saved you the best seat." And it's like kind of like right up by the fire. There's like a you see as you kind of like begin to come in, a lot of the people kind of spread out, and they're all like staring at you, kind of starry-eyed, because you are the first people that have come from the outside in quite a long time. And it's kind of all eyes on you. As like Corvus kind of sits down, and please, is there anything else you can tell us? I remember you mentioned these things. I've been telling Niafir the entire time about a train, and she doesn't believe me at all until she sees a picture of it. And I was wondering, maybe you can draw, or maybe draw it in the sand at all, about what that looks like. But we're so eager. We just want to hear what you've all been through.
Sorry, if you would give me a quick moment. She's gonna kind of I guess do like a huddle with Bastion and Yeva.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna include Volkan on it because he's probably, a little, still kind of irritated, mad, whatever.
Yeah.
But Volkan had a with Brookhand. I think there's any.
Oh. Regarding?
The time we almost died.
Which one?
The one with the dragon.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
it did not go well. I don't think there's any talking to Rockhand.
I imagine both of them had a point. I do understand Rockhand's actions. Alovia, I hate to say it, but he wasn't the only one that acted without consideration that day.
I am aware.
Okay.
I am fully aware, but...
Just check.
And then at this point, she kind of looks at Vopon before, like, huddling you guys even closer together. I don't want him to see the unfair side of me.
Well, what is done is done as far as I'm concerned. Certainly I forgave Rockan within moments of it happening. I understood his reasoning, and unlike most things, I think it was a fight that needed to happen. So, although next time that we fight, I would like to be somewhat within sprinting range of what we are fighting, I understand completely why he acted that way. It is unlike Vulcan to get so angry, though, no?
I'm not saying that what I'm just trying to say is it might be a sensitive topic for a while.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I am sure I will bring it up awkwardly at some point in the wrong moment by accident.
Yeva. She just
Well,
kind of gives you like a
to be
glare.
fair, he's got no social skills whatsoever, and I'm sure he'll bring it up by mistake at some point. But I will do my best.
But I don't think there's talking to either of them. Next time, I apologize. I will notify you. It's just, again. And then she looks at Volkan again.
Volkan looks directly at you with that. Give me an insight check.
Oh God, still look at me with like puppy eyes or something, and I love you is gonna get really sad. That is a 18.
Yeah, you immediately see like his eyes are a little watery, but he's kind of he give you the face like, you're talking about me, aren't you? Like that's pretty much the face he gives you.
Oh fuck.
Perhaps a discussion on tactics can be had in a civil fashion later, when everyone
Civil
is
would be
cooled down.
good.
And a reminder that we all have a way of speaking silently to each other and don't need to huddle so suspiciously in public, and then I shall unhuddle and use the message gem.
Yeah, as you huddle, you see Kovia's like,
Huddling has like a different effect though on the atmosphere.
Sure, but it's certainly more suspicious to those who were unhuddled.
It doesn't matter to them. They don't know what we're talking
We'll all
about.
Sorry,
stare
it
at
was,
Nyfear unspeaking for 3 minutes while we just have a psychic conversation. Just
Thinking
Some of us are
really
better at
hard
looking
about
less
something.
suspicious than others. Is Rokan present at this meeting, or is he still elsewhere?
I'm still out in the desert.
I thought as much, but
meditating.
I just wondering whether we were having this discussion sort of in front of him, not in front of him. Does that make sense?
Volkan's the only one with his feelings hurt.
I'll be a little. Well, what about Zeltrin? Where's Zeltrin?
Zeltrin right there, he don't care.
Okay, right. Zeltrin isn't there and doesn't care.
No, he's there. He just doesn't care.
He's there and doesn't care.
He's
right?
there.
That's what I
Doesn't care, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's eating some popcorn and watching.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
He's actually sitting in the center while eating popcorn.
he's
in the huddle.
he's already got another drink and some weird lizard jerky, and he's just like snake jerky, and he's just eating and listening.
Yeah, but
Yes.
The main part of the huddle was that it was supposed to be really quick, as opposed to a driving out to a conversation.
Famously famous for quick conversations, Yeva. But yes, at this point, I think we should probably pay some attention to our surroundings and see what's going on while these wild people are drumming at us.
Yeah, they're pretty much looking at you. There's you guys done? Okay, I guess we'll start. You tell stories here. I guess you're pretty interested about maybe what's going on. So, long time ago, you see he kind of puts on this voice. Is it? Hold on. Let me tell the story time.
This is who talking? Because he sounded like Zeltrin when you started. I'm really confused.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Was like, I'll start. I was like, all right.
It's Corvius. It's Corvius.
Corvius, fantastic.
As he says there. Okay. Let me go ahead and I'll start. But long time. Nope. I'll do the actual voice. A long time ago. Way back yonder. Oh, this sucks. Doesn't matter. Well, my ancestors a long time ago had entered a door. The door led them here. My ancestors were adventurers looking for all sorts of treasure, and well, they found this odd key. As he does, he brings up that key you saw earlier with the anima symbol at the head of it. Yeah, they managed to find this key on... said they got it from some strange cloaked man. You know, most adventure stories start like that. And well, they never thought anything of it. They went questing for a mysterious door. They found a door with this same symbol. Turning it, bright light had enveloped them. That's according to what they said. The bright light enveloped them, and as they walked through, they ended up in the desert. This place. However, they ended up on the opposite side. And quite frankly, that was where we were going to take you tomorrow. This is where they came from. It is a strange citadel built into a mountain, like most things here. Apparently it has it's a strange pathway inside. Perhaps it may lead to the other part of this obelisk and part of maybe to wherever that is. But they failed. A few of their adventure partying died. And they eventually began to build and settle here. Some of them were pretty good with their hands. Some were blacksmiths and masons before adventuring, just trying to get a quick buck. But they ended up building this place. They built it, and as they continually tried to get through that citadel, that place, that pathway, they ended up just settling here completely. They figured it was futile and they quit. And began to realize that they weren't going anywhere. However, the things that they did collect, that they did find out, was that this place was created by some sort of mage, an old mage. And I believe that this is his tower. Quite a hell of a place. But after living here for quite the while and settling, and they began to, as they stayed here, more, I'm just gonna call it idiots, began to fall for the same thing. Going into doors that sparkle, looking for all sorts of treasure. It's a bunch of bullshit. I don't really know if there's treasure here, but I know more and more people eventually came. And I guess they got smart out there and finally decided to stop coming. But by then, we were pretty populated. Families upon families were born here. The worms came later. But we eventually adapted to those as well, as you have seen. And now, I'm just gonna say it, most of us are pretty split. Some of us want to stay here, and others, they just want to leave. But now, you guys are here. And perhaps you guys are the keys to getting us out of here. So, first, I want to lead in the round of applause as they all start to clap. Some don't, but they all just start to clap in unison. And he's just, please, tell us what happened out there? What's changed? What was it like?
Just for reference, how many generations have you been here?
We have the tree around here somewhere. I don't keep track of that shit. It's quite a lot. Quite a bit.
Are we talking more than 100 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so he's like,
that anyway, because they were talked about a village, city that doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore, that hasn't existed for over 150 years. Yeah.
but is it 150 years or is it like 2? So
I've lost count.
regardless. Okay, so they must have been here for about 10 generations if we're using how long I've been here in Hawaii. So yeah, like maybe 10, 13 generations.
Perhaps. But first, please, any storyteller needs a drink. As he does, you see as some like two servers come around and begin to they come with platters for drinks to be had. It's pretty much tradition. Anytime you tell a story, you take a drink. He next his puts it down in the sand. Regale us. Tell us one night. Let us live vicariously through you. We want to hear everything.
Yeva is a historian, I believe.
Oh Jesus! Don't ask Yeva. He's very tired.
So to say Bastion or Yeva.
Most of Bastion's stories are
my
sad.
my story is going to be a long story.
Really violent.
Really fucking long story. I've got a couple of 1600 years to tell. I think perhaps to keep things simple, instead of telling them a story that you guys don't know, I think it's fair to say to Kira that I would tell them the story of us coming to Riven. How we met, and obviously explain about the trains and the strange metal boxes on wheels. Tell them of a little bit of the war and how machines were created. But only a touch. I would leave that more for Bastion to tell. But just enough to mention where we fell into and the machine's dead zone.
See them, all of them, eyes sparkling as they get closer and listen.
Tell them of, probably. I'd probably lead up to the building of the orphanage and then leave them at the resting of the children of the orphanage because it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
And I think that's the story that Yeva would tell.
As you all said, he see his cup refilled. He takes a, well, and he raises it up to you. Drink to that.
And I too. I brought some can of something unusual.
Persian Iraq. Yeah. Bastion can tell the story of them just traversing the ocean in the airship. Just telling them about the airship itself. And then fighting off pirates in the air. And make it kind of sound like a very fun, kind of swashbucklery adventure.
Yeva will pay deep attention to that story, as he hasn't really had it in detail yet. I'm wondering at what point the Faris, the idiot, decided to get himself killed.
As you tell them that story, recounting it, you hear all oohs and ahs as you Bastion may get a little emotive, and as you have to finish, your glass is refilled, and he just drink to that, and he kind of is like, wow, amazing. And he just gives this smile. Yeah, Olivia?
Just gonna go around in a circle. I don't know if he wanted to finish whatever he was saying.
No, he didn't say anything. He just gives a smile and just like he sees you. Are you going to tell a story?
Unfortunately, I have not lived nearly as long as my companions. In fact, I've never really left my hometown until a year ago. I've traveled, well, I wouldn't really say traveled, more like wandered endlessly. I've seen the most beautiful forests. A desert similar to this, but with a town and a beautiful oasis. I've seen beaches, rivers. I even came across a large tree, a sacred tree. It's kind of like the tree of life that you hear in fairy tales. But even when I traveled, even when I wandered, I always felt so lonely. And as she says that, she kind of squeezes Volcon's hand.
Volkan squeezes back. Well, at least, despite everything, you've found some people that's worth being around. Happy for you. Really am. Great stories. Well, you told a story. You gonna take a drink? Or are you just completely straight edge? You're not gonna drink anything?
Those days are far behind me. I guess you could call me a straight edge now.
No problem.
And then she'll just give it to Bastion.
Okay. You see his Vulcan kind of reaches over. After today, I need a little edge off. Just a little.
We can do that in other ways, wink wong.
That'll be later. And it just he see Corvus smiles as I need everyone except Alovia give me Constitution saving throws at disadvantage. Now this is minus for each drink you guys have taken.
Volcon got a 15.
He failed.
Sorry, what are we rolling con saves for? The drink?
Yes.
I had one at the original meet. I haven't had one since. Do I still need to make the roll?
You had the second one after finishing telling the story, right? You necked it because he said a drink to you, and you said yes.
Oh, right, yeah, but I said I brought my own, but I did actually mean I brought my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think after discovering that the first one was quite a potent drink, David doesn't normally drink, so he's probably joined in with water is what I meant.
Okay.
When I said I brought his own, it wasn't just a joke to the fact that I was holding a can of Pepsi.
Okay.
Do I still need to roll for the original drink?
Yeah, you still need to roll because you saved though.
Yeah, cool. I got a 1.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's +4. That's 5.
Bastion.
Now I have advantage against being poisoned.
This isn't a poison.
So is it a straight roll? Okay.
This isn't a poison.
Then I got a 16.
Okay. That's also a fail.
Flash of genius.
You want Flash of Genius hit? Okay. So that's a 16. 16 and minus the 2 because you took a drink then and didn't drink earlier. Okay. You just pass it. However, you see as Yeva hits the floor, Volkan hits the floor, and as the rest begin to surround you, they begin to grab you by your arms to hold you down.
I'll fight him. After all, Polenthal's drip breath, have phalanx, knock someone down who's touching me.
You gonna try and okay?
I'm not gonna go quiet.
Okay. Olivia?
Is this what's the word? Hostile?
Who?
Is this hostile?
Oh, is it hostile? Kinda.
Can I just, for reference, what's happened to me? Am I unconscious?
You're unconscious.
Right, okay, I'm not asleep.
No. You are out.
Okay, because I cannot be.
Yeah, no, you are out.
Curious, yeah. Okay. Sick.
Does
that mean that somewhere randomly, Rockham is just having a fucking nap in the edge of the town?
I was gonna get to Rakan in the end.
Okay. Just really curious. It's just like conked outside the city gate or something.
Get to Rakan in the end. But they begin to start to try and hold you down. You which is like phalanx begins to like start moving, start pushing people over as a lot of the town begin to like you're just literally all this space and stars in the center as they begin to surround you.
What is the meaning?
You see as Corvius kind of stands up and begins to look at Volkan and Yeva. And at this point, yeah.
Sorry, as I said that, I'm gonna summon my Hamax.
Hamax, okay. Rakan, give me a con save, please.
a 16.
Okay. And since you took earlier, you necked it earlier too. Okay. So this is what happens. And Zelchin took so many. I didn't. You don't have to roll for him. He had so many.
Yeah, I think I only took the one, but
Yeah. So as you say, what's the meaning? Is you summon your Hamax. You see as another set begin to move through the crowd of people as Rakan's body is dropped on the floor. You see they have spears. And you see I'd put that down if I were you.
What is the meaning of this? And then she just kind of lowers it.
And Corvus looks at you and he's, listen. You know, if you were here first, maybe we would have taken your deal. But fortunately, in exchange for your detainment, Words has promised us a way out. So, I need you to go quietly.
I'm going to create bonfire right where Corvus is standing.
Possibly, but this is where we'll
Wait.
end. This is where we'll end.
No, Olivia will say.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Olivia, how barbaric.
But this is where we'll end for our session. And we'll come to MVPs. We'll go to Rakan first.
My MVP is the first angry argument of the campaign. It only took 22 episodes for 2 people to have at it. But...
Yeah, that was pretty good. The Alchemist Prime.
Sandworms.
Sandworms.
I love Dune. So, throw some sandworms at me. I'm happy.
I like Beetlejuice.
Walk with broken rhythm. And, they can't track us through the sand.
James.
Minor out of session MVP for Miego's cat wearing a jumper. That really made my day. In terms of in session, I love the argument between Vulcan and Rokan. I think both of them were fairly right in their own aspects. I wonder how much of I'm the damn DM, let me say roll initiative before you fight bled through. That was beautiful. I agree with Vulcan's perspective, but I agreed with Rokan's emotive answers. But also the DM turning my bag of holding into a bag of nothing. Really, that's got to be my MVP. That's me.
Alovia Blight Frightener Valo Nananthi. God damn it. I'm gonna say it perfect one day.
You've said it like twice this session, which is like 2 more times than usual. And you messed up both times.
I told you'd be Alovia BVN in my campaign.
BVN.
Don't talk about shit.
No, that is the only person who's allowed to shorten her name is Vulcan. But see, okay. So admittedly Kira did mention that Vulcan was pissed. But that was like 10 times more intense than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, he's pissed. Kira was like, oh no, I don't think he'll explode, and then he fucking exploded. So yeah, that caught me really off guard. I guess another MVP is both as a player and as a character. I am extremely distraught that it just doesn't seem like Rockham realizes just how much Elovia cares about him. Because he's like, oh yeah, there's death and everything.
No, I think he was just saying it's silly saying, talking about death when we're constantly putting ourselves in situations where we could die. Because if you think that way, then we just wouldn't do anything.
Right. But
That's
okay, well,
from.
as a character, then she You know, it's like he keeps on. To her, it seems like he's just throwing himself into danger without realizing that, you know, whether or not he likes her or wants her to, Alovia's gonna go, you know, after him and try to protect him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's emotional, but in a different way. Also, fuck Corvus. I liked him. There was something I knew that there was something off about him. I don't know why. I feel like I have the sixth sense for knowing when there's something off about one of Kira's characters. But you know what?
It's all the ones that
She
are
kind of
nice.
like him.
It's all the ones that are nice.
No.
They're the
Not
ones that are gonna
that.
kill us. It's anyone who
The-
says my castle is your castle. Yeah, fuck off with Jake,
No, the first time I actually sensed it was in 10 Candles with the police officer. But yeah, the police officer wasn't too nice. He killed us. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I could seduce the dragon. Is she? That's another thing I've been meaning to ask. Does she look more human than dragon?
For you, I did make her a little bit more human than dragon.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to seduce the dragon boy.
Kira.
Yeah. Anytime I get to, you know, put people in situations where it's just like, oh dear God, it's always nice. You know, people sleeping and a purple worm jumping out, and or a modified purple worm jumping out, and you know, almost swallowing 2 party members, and you know, it's always nice.
Cares about the party members. You swallowed my gear.
This is true. Yeah, I knew that too. I was like looking through things. I was like, okay, it's about time. It's about time for something like really terrible to happen in terms of their stuff. Let's fuck up the bag of holding. Let's fuck it up. And fuck up their comfort.
Close to saying I picked it up on the way out the door.
Yeah, if you said that, I was like, he was coming right back over there. But yeah, they are.
Worm's smart. He's just gonna go away with his meal.
Yeah, they're lowered. They're lowered to magic and stuff like that. So yeah. Storytelling, like stories or whatever. The fact that I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get this off. I knew Alovia wasn't gonna drink anything, but I knew the proper way of getting to Alovia was to bring Rakan's not lifeless body, but sleeping body over, unconscious body over.
I feel like Alovia knows that he's the only one who can't really fend for himself.
I don't think that's true, but that's my personal view. I mean, he's obviously not as tough at taking a hit, but...
Well, okay, Zeltrid you can blame. Rakan you can't.
Yeah, but if there's one person who could rain destruction on this whole fucking place, it's none of us. Like, Rakan's the only one with any fucking AoE.
That's why Volkan said what he said. He was like, come on. If he wanted to, later on in the future, he can crush all of us.
Yeah, I think he can look after himself.
I think he just what a great person to pick an argument with.
Yeah.
You gotta understand something. Volkan ain't no bitch, though.
He will be when I crush him under the Earth's crust.
Oh, he ain't no bitch.
Two. Defies the point of starting at 10, so.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if there's nothing else left to say, I think it's time we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.
Thank you for traveling with us. And just everybody who subbed, and I'm sorry I couldn't say anything. I don't say anything during the session. And anyone who followed, I will have my chat fixed by next session. But thank you, everybody, and have a great night.